Oh, we like that criminal. Cool. I want to hear it, but sorry, I'm fiddling with my fucking audio. Being picky. I gotta check it on my phone, which is behind, and it's actually really funny. And then I gotta wait for my own phone to catch up, and I think I fucking made that too low. Oh yeah, it's all the way down. My audio's crap. What happened? Where did you?
I think that's the one I usually use? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. So like now. What's up, Wendy bro? Sorry, I'm fiddling with shit. Yeah, that's it. I just gotta bring myself up louder. So I don't shout at you guys. I know where my properties are. There we go. Yep. 1 second. Let's see what that sounds like. And then go back to my own fucking stream. Bear with me. Or don't. Like, it is what it is. What do I sound like? Come on, tell me what I sound like. And then back to my own fucking stream. Bear with me. Don't. Okay, that's good enough. That'll do. It was my birthday yesterday, bitches. What's up? I was gonna stream yesterday, but I didn't. Because wait, is this the right fucking playlist? Yes, it is. I definitely need that shuffled. I can't even hear my own music now. Because I paused my stream. There we go. Yeah, I'm probably gonna piss some people off today. Just because it was my birthday yesterday and I still want to have fun. I went out. I was supposed to stream. Well, I planned on streaming, but at the same time, I went out for my birthday. And then I got fucked up beyond all reason. And didn't get home till 2. So. Instead of streaming hammered, I went to bed. Oh, I should probably tell the Discord that I'm on. I have to announce my presence for the masses. They need their god. What are they gonna do without their god? Gotta let them know. Your god hath returned. And yes, I use the male version of God because fuck your pronouns. It's not your pronouns, but fuck my pronouns. There we go. Sorry to put my necessary announcements out there. Back to chat. I only give people time to trickle in, or they won't, and that doesn't really matter because I do what I fucking want. I'll just sit here and listen to music. I know words. I'll sit here and listen to music by myself for all I fucking care. How are you, Wendy bro? How's your channel doing? Do you have more growth? Pretty sure you're getting closer to my subscriber count because mine's going down. What is it today, Wednesday? Yeah, I got a couple hours before I walk the dog, so we can hang out. I'll probably mouth off because that's in my nature. But, you know, we have fun. I was watching a video about someone biking all through Africa, South Africa, and Egypt. I wonder if I could ever do the same. Well, I mean, it's physically possible. But, I mean, travel's not cheap. It's a lot easier to, like, backpack and, like, travel rurally and shit in, like, Europe than it is in, like, literally anywhere in North America, to be fair. Like, it's kind of insanely easy for them, actually. It's ridiculous. I'm a little jealous. I always wanted backpack across Europe. When I was initially going to finish high school, I was my big life plans were to backpack across Europe for like an entire year before I even thought about college. I was like crunching numbers on it and like saving money, and then I dropped out of high school. So, hi, Hello Kitty Vomit. I butchered up a shirt because I don't like regular necklines. And then I butchered it too much, so I had to put straps on it. Did I have anything on the docket? Actually, we might react to some stuff today. Oh, I might react to some stuff. I might show you guys, Kendra. She's known as her name is Kendra. I don't remember her fucking last name, or she said it. And, she got viral on TikTok. I almost fucking coughed her. She got viral on TikTok a couple of months ago, I think, because she put out like a 26-part series or something like that of TikToks explaining how her psychiatrist, she was in love with her psychiatrist, and she told her psychiatrist, and he used that information to manipulate her into some sort of predatory relationship without ever, like, giving proper context or information or being honest in the slightest bit. Also, fucking, what else did she leave out? Like, it was a wild fucking loophole. Did anybody see her? Ooh, words. My mic is quiet, is it? Just fix that. Fuck off, microphone. Did that fix it, or did it go stupid again? Yeah, okay. How's that? Is that better? It was a little loud last time. That's what I had down here. I can't remember what I was saying. I'll fucking drink, kids. I say kids because, like, anybody under 30 is a child to me. Fucking, you be my age, I'm still gonna call you kid. Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck I was saying. That's great. Oh, Kendra, this is right, I was talking about Kendra. So yeah, she went absolutely, like, bizarro, fucking nuts, cuckoo, crazy pants, practically live on TikTok, and it was fantastic. And then she disappeared for a while, and she returned, and it got even better, in the sense that it got so much fucking worse, because this girl is, like, this chick is legit crazy. Like, one diagnosis away. I'm not even, and she plays into it. It's phenomenal. It's a whole phenomenal situation. So we might go through, like, all, if not most of, like, the 27, I think it's like 30 something parts of her TikTok series now. Just because, oh dear God, that woman is like a case study of what were the theories online? Fucking stimulant induced psychosis, because she was potentially abusing her ADHD medication while she was going through this. But she claims she was on non-stimulant ADHD meds, but you also can't trust a word that's out of this bitch's mouth. So she popped back up recently and, like, it reminded my psyche of her. So we might look at her today just so I can expose you guys to her too, because dear God, it's so funny. And I mean, It's also good. There's also good talking points in it too, because there's a lot of shit that she does and says, and the way she like reframes things, and it's very obvious she's reframing them like in her mind. That's like it's scary, and it's good to like be able to pick up on those kind of things and see them. Did see the Atlantic Ocean for the first time. Oh, that's cool. I grew up on the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, the Atlantic. I had to think for a second. I'm like, is it Atlantic or Arctic? But no, that's the Atlantic. Pacific is the other side. But I literally grew up on coastal fucking province, so we're Nova Scotia's a peninsula, which is one step short of being an island. Got water on 3 sides of it. Looks like a dick. So how was your guys's? How did you guys spend my birthday yesterday? Tell me, I want to know. Someone from the last stream got really upsetty spaghetti because apparently I'm promoting drugs to you guys. I'm trying to get you guys to accept drugs. Which I find really funny because I quite literally tell you all the time, don't do drugs. They're mine. Leave them for me. Let me do the drugs for you. The only way I get you to accept drugs is that they're mine, so don't touch them. Played some Halo 2, that's cool. I fell down a rabbit hole that apparently there's like an entire simp community for a couple of like Call of Duty characters, and most of the people in this community don't even actually play the game. It's all just based on the fucking character design. And I mean, it's Ghost and Koenig, so I kind of get it, but it was still wild to find. Started watching fucking game clips after falling down this rabbit hole, and I'm like, I might be interested in Call of Duty all of a sudden, just kind of like out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever. Which is just another reason, another fucking realm of funny, because that's basically how I got into Baldur's Gate 3. I played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 growing up, but I never finished either of them, because I don't really finish games for the most part. And then fucking Baldur's Gate 3 came out and everyone was talking about it. I didn't really care too much because like it's another game that I'm probably not going to finish if I ever play it. And then everyone was talking about Astarion, so I started seeing clips of him everywhere. I started looking him up. And at first it's really funny because I first saw Astarion's character design and I didn't actually like it. I was like, I don't get it. Why is everyone losing their mind over this fucking elf twink? Like he's just a generic elf twink. What are you talking about? And then I started seeing clips because Neil Newbon really makes that fucking character. Like, he embodies that character. Because as soon as I heard the voice, I was like, oh, wait. Hang on, I think I get it. The face looks a lot different now that I've heard the voice. Wait, hang on a second. I wasn't expecting him to sound like that. And then I just started, like, fucking simping hard for Baby Girl, you know, aka Astarion. And a couple of friends I had at the time were like really wanting me to play the game because they're like, I want you to like fuck Astarion and have your baby girl dreams. I'm like, yeah, it's like 80-something bucks. I'm never gonna own that game, so somebody bought it for me. And then I finished it like 8 times, at least at this point. I've got like between 400 and 500 hours into Baldur's Gate between like the 2 accounts that I've played it on. Yeah, I finished that game. I finished the shit out of that game. Then I had someone try to come for me in my comments because I played Baldur's Gate and you could fuck Halsid as the bear, and apparently that's, I should think that's wrong because I don't agree with people depicting rape and calling it art. Which was a funny conversation because, is it actually bestiality? The dude's not a bear. He's a man, he's a 500-year-old wood elf in bear form. What are you talking about? Even if you speak to animals and fucking talk to them, he doesn't talk to you like an animal, he talks to you like a fucking wood elf because he's a fucking person in bear shape. Also, you can go multiple playthroughs and just not fuck the bear. That's an option you have. I did it for the achievement. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. It's a fucking fade to black cutscene where it's like literally every sex scene in that game is pretty well drawn out. And then they push the fucking comedic effect of it with the fucking shocked squirrel. Dude's just living out his furry dreams. Dude's just helping others live out their furry dreams, okay? It's literally, and it's like, it's funny. It's just, it was funny. So I was like, well, you can fuck a bear in Baldur's Gate. I'm like, yeah, that's literally not the same thing. That's not the same thing at all as what I'm talking about. Like, why are we changing the goalpost here? Besides, Halsin is just perfection. I mean, everyone wants to climb that man like a tree. Bear form or fucking elf form. The devs knew exactly what they were doing with that game. I found this guy today. Who is this? Velvet Desires? Is that his fucking name? I think that's his YouTube name. I don't know the guy's actual name, but goddamn, the lyrics are diabolical. But yeah, we'll probably look at Kendra in a little bit. Once I think about more things to bitch about. I was just bored and killing time before I got shit to do, to be quite honest. But I meant to come on yesterday because it was my birthday. I want to get a tattoo. Like a big one on my chest. I think I'm gonna save up and get one. I've been planning it for a long time. I've been wanting it for like ever, but I think it is time to pull trigger amidst a few other fucking things that I gotta get in order. But yeah, I'm gonna save up for a big ass fucking chest tattoo. This time next year I'll have it done. It's like the one, like, I don't really give a shit too much about being a broke bitch, except for the fact that I want to be tatted to fuck. Like, if I had the money, I would be tattooed all the way from here to Kingdom Come. And my mic is quiet again, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Why do you keep doing that? Fucking asshole. I'm sorry that my fucking mic keeps jumping down. I know what I'm doing, I swear to God. No, I don't. Just gonna fucking leave that up so I can monitor it. God damn it. So have any of you guys heard about Kendra? Nobody seemed to peek up and go like, oh, I knew who that is when they said something. When I said something. I should have named the stream more something more salacious and fucking other people would have come. Where are my trolls at? I'm bored. Come on. I do have my monetization on, so that yeah, you will be getting ads in this stream. I'm sorry. I just said I'm saving up for a fucking chest tattoo, so apologies, but sorry, I'm just fucking being a narcissist with my hair in my fucking camera now. The people who treat me like a god, they expect me to be narcissistic, and I have to give the people what they want. Besides, my makeup is like fire today, so I'm a little obsessed with it. I got asked last stream if I was gonna do more makeup videos, and I do mean to. It's just streaming so much easier than like sitting down to fucking film, to be quite honest. I'm probably gonna have to like live stream at the same time as filming a video just to like make it a little easier on myself. Have something like at least have chat to talk to, right? Um, which I may or may not add in the video and editing, but I don't know. I keep meaning to play with my makeup on stream, but then I start playing with it off stream, and by the time I'm ready to stream, it's done. So I'll try and fix that for next time. I'll do my makeup on stream next time at the very least. We could all sit down and do our makeup together while I talk about shit that pisses people off. Oh, you're into Magic the Gathering? I got friends that are into Magic the Gathering. Actually, fucking a buddy of mine was showing me his Astarion card that's in his deck the other day. So we were talking about Baldur's Gate. He goes, oh, speaking of that, he throws the card down. I was like, oh, baby girl! He's like, no, Astarion. I'm like, that's what I said. I'm like, he's such a beautiful, perfect fucking creature. He's like, yeah, it's actually one of the most powerful beasts in my deck. I'm like, yeah, that's Ascended Astarion. He's the greatest Astarion. I don't care what anybody fucking says. I love my evil little fucking warlord. Consume the world, my darling. Go right ahead. I, like, either side with Ascended Astarion or the Emperor, like, 9 times out of 10, so... Take that how you will. Well, okay, Gail too. If Gail wants, listen. If my boys ask me nicely, they get what they want, and they always end up asking me nicely. So, what am I gonna do? Deny them? Absolutely not. The voice actors are too good at their jobs, man. I can't deny them. That's why I haven't been able to bring myself to do a completely evil playthrough, because that means I need to kill Gale. I gotta kill Karlach. I gotta kill Halsin. And it's like, oh, all the best ones, all the bestest girls and boys. I can't bring myself to do it. It hurts too much. Those are my boys. Those are my 3 boys. Or, well, no, Karlach's not a boy. I haven't romanced her, but Gale, Halsin, and Astarion, those are my boys. Halsin asked me to divert my fucking plan to stop the shadow fucking thing or whatever. And okay, I mean, since you asked so nicely, you giant hunk of fucking elf beef, okie dokie. You know, or the fucking crucial moment with Kazdor when the Astarion's like, oh my god, please, fucking, please help me. I'm like, well, you said please. I can't help it. Plus, I'm just kind of a slave to a man who's gonna fucking give me a pet name. I got issues, but that's okay. If I ever end up single again, I don't even fucking want to get out of it. I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life and just enjoy it. Hoe phase, reactivated. I put that bitch on a shelf, and then it'll be time to take her fucking down. Emails. Sorry. Sorry, GED stuff. It was kind of important. Because, like, you know, your girl's a high school graduate now, sort of. I got the diploma. I sent off the emails for the certificate, so it'll come to me in the mail or something. I don't know. You too can finish your fucking high school education in Canada in as little as a month. If you get 4 out of 5 tests exempt like I did. Because I was like 2 months away from early graduation when I left school, so I'm not really the standard, to be quite honest. I'd have to take a fucking look over at my more loyal following and fucking see what kind of offerings they've given. They've fucking submitted to their god in the forms of live streaming my content and making multitudes of videos about it, because, you know, what I have to say is just so fucking important, right? That's right, Becky, as your fucking followers call you. Looking at you, buddy. I think that was the best thing that I saw in my last stream was literally one of his little fucking sycophants just like, can't wait for Becky to stream this. Like, oh wow, you guys are fucking, you guys are diligent in your fucking worship, aren't you? Go ahead, stream me, bitches. Screen record me. Capture my face. I know I'm pretty. I'm kind of just waiting for somebody to, like, attempt to physically threaten me with another person again. I think my favorite interaction was somebody trying to, like, physically intimidate me with Mr. Enter by saying, oh, I bet you wouldn't say that to Mr. Enter's face, as if, like, they thought he could kick my ass or something, or that he'd beat me up, or I'd be too scared. Like, I'm sorry, I don't even know what fucking size that man is, but it doesn't matter, because men don't fucking intimidate me. I've fought men that are like over 6 feet tall. I say what I want. And I have like a pretty pristine track record of never having my ass beat because I know how not to get myself in a physical situation in real life that I can't handle. Unlike half of these people who fucking bitch about on the internet because they spend all their time on the internet and don't realize I lived an entire fucking adulthood, budding adulthood, that being like 18 to fucking what, 28? A whole fucking decade? Not in the eye of the fucking public? Not on camera? I don't run my fucking mouth because I know I'll never have to fucking put my money where my mouth is, because I've been in situations where I've actually had to. I've actually had to fight people because of either what they said or I said, including but not limited to my own mother. Like, do you think saying something like, oh, you wouldn't say that to Mr. Enter's face is gonna scare me? I was married to a 6 foot fucking 200 pound fucking alcoholic. And I was the aggressor, so you're welcome to fucking try. Be my guest. I'm always looking for a fucking excuse. I'll even let you swing first. But none of these bitches ever thrown a punch before, so God forbid they ever get into that kind of situation. I hide behind a fucking keyboard, jacking it to the idea that they're bullying a woman on the internet. Oh, Courtney, you think everybody's sexually attracted to you? No, I think some people literally just view women as nothing but a piece of meat to jack it to and attempt to dominate in their own pathetic little Reddit way. It's called insecurity and spending too much of your time online. I've seen how that translates into real life. You never get laid. I mean, not consensually. Not in a way that anyone's going to admit to it willingly. And whatever hooker you buy isn't gonna remember you anyway. They don't really remember their Johns. They're writing their grocery list while you're trying to fucking get your rocks off. I digress. Well, I only turned 18 on the street. Let's see if I can find Kendra. I'm not really looking at chat right now. I'm scrolling through videos. Is there a compilation? Because I don't want someone else reacting to it. Oh, there it is. Is that all of it? Is that just gonna be it, or is that gonna be someone talking? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this, which video I'm gonna use. I can talk. I think this one. No, this one. I don't know, like we'll skip through. We'll probably skip through some of these. I don't know if we'll watch them all in like order, just because it's like the compilation video is over an hour long. But this bitch is psycho, and it's great. Schadenfreude, man, taking pleasure in other people's downfall. Somehow, she put it out in public on the internet. Okay, all right. Pause the music. Gonna do. Let me move stuff. Let me figure out what the fuck I'm doing here. Until someone gives me something to get pissed off about. I've been going on Twitter, like, I've been limiting, like, the fucking shit that I actually see, so I'm not just pissed off all day because, you know, fucking. As much as fun as it is to toy with, dumbassery gets under my skin at the same time. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. Engaging with it, and I'm bad for getting stuck in engagement loops, so I gotta limit myself. And since I shut down my Twitter, ooh boy, things have been so calm. It's great. Oh, that's. Oh, what are we gonna do here? How are we gonna do this? I'm gonna make chat smaller. No, stop it. Whee! Pop chat down here. You guys don't need to see what I'm typing as I'm typing it. Just a little bigger. What the fuck? Why is my page like this? I want full screen. Do I want theater mode? Yeah, I definitely want theater mode. I'm figuring this out. Wait a second. I don't fucking do this shit a lot, okay? We don't watch like other people's videos too much on here. Mostly because like I can't be arsed. I cannot be arsed to shut my mouth long enough to let the fucking video play. No, it's fine where it is. Like, Courtney, what are you doing? Just let the thing go. No, I'm gonna be fussy. Yeah, that's good enough. Have you heard of Kendra? What is her fucking name? The I Fell in Love with My Psychiatrist girl. She went viral like a couple of months ago. Um, for posting like this, like, what was it, like the first iteration was like 26 parts, I think, because she did it on TikTok, right? So it's like 3 minutes at a time. It's short form content. She also did some lives and whatever in the midst of this, as like her shit was popping off. She did a whole bunch of TikToks talking about how she fell in love with her psychiatrist and told him, and he used that confession to like manipulate and groom her into like a somewhat inappropriate relationship, and that like he preyed on her, but like she doesn't directly accuse him of anything specifically inappropriate. She plays like these fucking mind games in her head to make it think like everything's a secret message. um and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the term limerence, but like limerence is sort of like a step further than obsession. Typically, like there's usually a level of disconnect, like a physical disconnect between the two people when limerence is involved. So you have the person who's in limerence, and then you have the object of their limerence, which is the other person. And like this bitch absolutely just entered a limerence state with her psychiatrist. Because limerence is where you like it's that extra level of obsession where you basically create a whole entire like alternate reality almost based around this person. You start reading way too much into signals that don't into things that don't actually mean anything and interpret them as single as signals. Like you build the idea of this person up in your head just based off of things that you like see in passing or see online or see in your therapy sessions. And like and there's this weird like fucking strange obsessive attachment that usually in terms of obsession once they get a hold of their object of their obsession it gets worse, right? They don't get any better from there. With limerence, 9 times out of 10, once the person actually like obtains the object of their limerence, like a lot of people will enter into limerence states with other people and then inevitably start dating them, which absolutely destroys the limerence because the limerence is based off of the alternate reality, the things you've built up in your head out of shit that doesn't actually mean anything. And then when you actually get to know the real person and like spend time with them or get actually close to them, the reality could like brings like the reality of everything of who they are and everything you thought you were reading into like brings the fucking uh, the fantasy crashing down, right? And it just kind of like kills the feeling. Oh, thank you, Mark. It's okay. So, from my opinion, from everything I've seen about fucking limerence and shit and people in limerence states, this bitch absolutely entered into a limerence state in his with her fucking psychiatrist, and she goes fucking nuts on the internet, live on the internet. Like she just live streams basically her fucking posts her mental downward spiral in 4K. Builds a business off of it too, which is absolutely insane. Um and all because she starts reading all these signals into a professional relationship with a doctor of hers, and most of it is fueled by chat gpt based insanity because she spends a lot of time talking to chat gpt about her psychiatrist and calls chat gpt Henry and fucking talks to it like it's a regular person, and it's absolutely fucking insane. Takes what Henry aka ChatGPT says it to her into the fucking therapy sessions and shit. And it goes so like it starts this train starts off the rails, but it's still somehow powering through the fucking forest on its way to the town in the valley below. Like the train wreck that this entire thing is such a fucking masterpiece that like I'm so glad she posted it on the internet. Like, I'm so glad that people have free will and do this kind of shit sometimes because, like, you're only, like, you're, I mean, she's not even really hurting herself. She's made fucking mad money off of this, but, like, at the same time, there's so much fucking entertainment in this. Now, I feel bad for the doctor because, like, he can't do anything about all this shit. He can't say anything. He'd be breaking HIPAA. He can't fucking interact with it in any sort of way to shut her down because she's fucking limerent and stalkerish, and, like, that's just gonna feed the beast. You know who I'm talking about, Hailstorm? Did you see she came back? She came back and reminded me of her fucking existence, so I figured we'd spend some time and watch this shit, because oh god, it's so funny.
With my psychiatrist, and he knew and he kept me until I had the strength to leave after 4 years. Here it is, part one. So I decided
She's
to go
so
back on
crazy.
ADHD meds after many years of being off of
Oh,
them.
hi,
I
Mark.
was on them in my early 20s to help me get through
She's
college,
a
and then
psycho.
I
I'm
went
gonna
off of
make her a
them
little
because they
bigger so
just
you
weren't
guys can see
like
her
the side
face.
effects were too much over the
What am I
benefits.
doing with
But
this?
then in
I don't
my
like this
late
fucking
20s, I read this
bar,
book, Taking
man.
Charge of
What
Adult
the hell is going
ADHD, and
on?
it absolutely changed my life. For my fellow ADHDers, there's so many good things in here. And the biggest thing that I
Fix
took
this shit.
away was that it's very important for ADHDers to
Don't
be
mind
on
me.
meds. So I decided to make an appointment with a psychiatrist. I just Googled psychiatry in the city that I lived in, and I went with the first one that came up,
No. Oh,
and
fucking.
I got an appointment within a month. And then I booked a 90-minute intake, and I show up to the intake, and this man is my age, and I can't help but notice that he's pretty attractive.
Chad,
This
he was hot.
psychiatrist.
But he was
Tristan,
hot,
he kept
Chad.
me
Oh.
anyway. Part two.
All right, if the audio is quiet, let me restart. Because you got to hear the setup. You got to hear the setup.
I fell in love with my psychiatrist, and he knew, and he kept me until I had the strength to leave after 4 years. Here it is, part one. So I decided to go back on ADHD meds after many years of being off of them. I was on them in my early 20s to help me get through college, and then I went off of them because they just weren't, like, the side effects were too much over the benefits. But then in my late 20s, I read this book, Taking Charge of Adult ADHD, and it absolutely changed my life. For my fellow ADHDers, there's so many good things in here.
I'm just gonna pause it for a second. I watched Bose react to the newer shit yesterday. Bose was live yesterday because I'm a bozo. That's what Bose following calls themselves. We're bozos if you're a fan of Bose. So I am a bozo, loud and proud. And she was I saw someone else covering Kendra come back to the internet, and fucking I watched like maybe like 30 seconds of the first video or whatever, and I'm like, oh, Bose is gonna cover this. Bose is gonna be on this. I absolutely know it, so I'm gonna save it and like fucking we'll raw dog Kendra together. And lo and behold, I get a fucking Twitch notification yesterday, and Bose was live, and like she was talking about David at first because if you remember Celeste, what's her last name? Fuck. The Rivieras? No, shit. That's I'm being too fucking generic. Celeste Rivas? Yeah, Celeste Rivas. Okay, sorry, because I'd rather remember her name than like his name, to be honest. So, oh, you were at that live too, Hailstorm? Oh, nice. You probably saw it. Did you see me in the chat? My name in the chat is Please Tie My Shoes. And Mother notices me sometimes. Mother has called my comments out that have made it into YouTube videos, and it's been fantastic. I love it. You want to raw dog the cray cray woman? Listen, that's just the terminology we were using in the live stream chat the other day. Okay, so she went live. Bose went live to cover the Celeste Rivieras case because they've there's new developments in it, and David is now considered a suspect again. Um, it's obviously because they're finding more shit, right? What strain? C? What? Who the fuck? Don't know who you talking to, but no, my name ain't C. um, we don't know each other like that. You don't get to be giving me nicknames. Fucking, what's his name? Yeah, so Dave is now a suspect again, and what main suspect, major suspect essentially. Which, well, I saw it coming. Fucking police cases move slow and shit because, especially whereas her body, Rivas, yeah, Celeste Rivas's body, where it was found, what's the phrase? The official phrase for like broken down. Dismembered, because her body was found dismembered. Like it's going to be damn near impossible then for the coroners to actually determine a cause of death, and without a cause of death, um it's hard to go to trial, especially for murder, because the cause of death, like, because there is every chance, if they can't find cause of death, that fucking David's defense attorneys can latch onto that and try and turn the case into she died accidentally and he panicked and then dismembered her body, or one of his friends, whatever. But like they could easily spin that defense wise into there's no cause of death, so you can't prove that it wasn't an accident how she died, and then it wasn't an accident how she ended up there because people were scared and young and blah blah blah, all the shit defense attorneys use. Like that's easily arguable in court, and that works so many fucking times. So it makes sense as to why David didn't have wasn't considered specifically a suspect at first. Now let's be honest, he fucking was. They just they just announced it through the media that he wasn't, so that he would calm the fuck down, so that he wouldn't get scared and run off, so that might get fucking sloppy. There's also every chance that the people that he makes a lot of money were like helping defend him, but now that more shit's coming out, they're pulling back. I honestly believe that the cops just wanted him to let his guard down, give him a false sense of security that they weren't looking at him while they were looking around him and trying to find cause of death. They're still looking for cause of death. Um, but they're absolutely going to, like, the attorneys and like the police and everything, they're absolutely going to hesitate to bring charges to him until they either have cause of death that ties it to him, or they have like some kind of concrete way to get around the potential defense of, well, it was an accident, it wasn't murder, it was an accident. Which significantly drops the charges from like murder in any sort of degree to potentially manslaughter, or fucking even just fucking what is it, tampering with a corpse, police evidence, I think is what it's called. Like once you take murder off the table, the charges drop significantly, and because he's highly connected and can have expensive lawyers, could see absolutely, if not next to no jail time. So they're absolutely, and they're not going to want to risk that with something so high profile. So they're going to hesitate to bring charges until they're absolutely sure they have a chance of making it stick. Because it's part of being a prosecutor, right? Is you don't just think of the angle in which you're going to like sell the evidence to the audience. You don't just, or not the audience, but the jury. You also have to preemptively think of ways around potential defenses against your own statements. So you have to be able to find the holes in your argument and be able to argue around them. And that doesn't necessarily encompass everything. So like the defense attorney could still come in and bring something up, like come at an angle you were not anticipating, and then you get fucking like stun locked or stumble, or caught up in court, right? And it's really easy, especially for high profile shit, for things to be dismissed with prejudice. And being dismissed with prejudice means the charges are dropped and they cannot be like, you're not found innocent, but the charges are dismissed to the point where they can't be brought forward again. So you can't go like rebuild your case and then bring the charges again. Whereas like being found innocent means it's double jeopardy. You can't be charged for the same crime twice. So like most especially high profile and like murder cases, they take a long time to go to court because the prosecutor has a lot of fucking work to do and a lot of boxes to check to make sure that they're not wasting time and get like dismissed with prejudice, or fucking somebody found not guilty. Oh yeah, right now we're talking about the Celeste Rivas case. So Mark, what we're gonna try and do, because it's kind of something that, like, I'm a bozo and I kind of got this, like, this sort of watching a lot of her content sort of inspired this. I'm doing what I can to try and remember cases based off of the victim's name, and instead of knowing him as his name and what he wants to be known by, he only gets, in my opinion, he only gets to be known as Celeste Rivas's killer. Now, I don't have to, but I guess somebody's gonna fucking jump down my throat if I don't say allegedly, because he's not been charged or found guilty in a court of law. But at the same time, innocent until proven guilty really, in its wording, only applies to those who have been charged of a crime and until they are found guilty in a court of law. So if you haven't been charged yet, fuck you, you're up for public grabs. Um, and any jury is going to be very fucking carefully picked over for prejudice, because this is such a high profile case once it inevitably goes to court, and they're absolutely going to be sequestered. So I ain't doing shit. But he doesn't get his name anymore. He is just simply Celeste Rivas's potential, but let's be honest, killer. I started it when um Kaylee Anthony's killer got out of prison, and she decided she wanted to like join TikTok and start a business and shit. And I was like, yeah, no, no. I refuse to refer to that bitch by fucking name. She is not what her parents named her. She is Kaylee Anthony's killer. Because the killer always gets remembered. The criminal always has their name fucking immortalized instead of the person whose fucking life, or people whose lives were lost. And like like, not a victim, but I'm guilty of that myself, growing up in like hypersophiliac culture, which is like obsession with like true crime, not true crime, but like an unhealthy obsession with serial killers, like a fucking romantic fascination. I grew up in like that budding era, so like you know, you knew all the serial killers' names, but you knew none of the victims' names, and that, I don't know, that bred something a little, disrespectful, in my opinion. So I'm trying to make a switch. But we are watching Kendra, who is obsessed with her therapist, showed up months ago on TikTok. I'm recapping this again as I get back into it. See, this is what I mean. I get too sidetracked.
And the biggest thing that I took away was that it's very important for ADHDers to be on meds. So I decided to make an appointment with the big for my I read this book, Taking Charge of Adult ADHD, and it absolutely changed my life. For my fellow ADHDers, there's so many good things in here. And the biggest thing that I took away was that it's very important for ADHDers to be on meds. So I decided to make an appointment with a psychiatrist. I just Googled.
I stopped watching like gory body cam, like the extensively bad body cam videos. Like the only body cams I watch anymore are fucking drunk, mostly my white women getting fucking arrested for either public intox or stealing shit or just being a fucking Karen and not leaving the premises. Fucking. Stop letting Ryan Murphy tell two true stories in his shows. Ryan Murphy, who? I'm confused. Yeah, I started I stopped watching that kind of. Oh, really? Not bad. I paused it because I started talking anyway. Yeah, sorry, I keep fucking restarting. Um, I changed the shit that I was watching. Like, I stopped watching any, like, gruesome body cam videos. Now it's just fucking drunk white people usually getting arrested, being, like, dickheads and fucking around and finding out nobody actually gets hurt, just their pride. Unless they're, like, drunk and run and faceplant. That's their own fault, and that's always really funny. And, like, any sort of, like, quote-unquote true crime that I watch, it's always, like, body cam coverage, or like Bose, who does so much like she watches court footage, she pores over court documents, like she actually like properly researches cases to actually make fucking documentary style videos on them, to be fair, so she's got like experience under her belt. But she absolutely like she does it in a way that's a little more respectful, because like she doesn't go over victims, she doesn't watch victim statements, because she does make money off this shit, right? So she won't watch victim statements but encourage other people to, just so she's not like platforming people's fucking pain. She doesn't do 911 calls anymore. Like she only does like the court footage and like the court documents, or like the body cam footage that's released. And that's the kind of shit I've started getting into, because, yeah, I don't need to sit and watch someone do their makeup while they tell me all about the fucking, well, I guess that's an unnecessary shot at Bailey, because Bailey was actually pretty respectful about it. She literally just did her makeup because she was talking to the camera, had nothing else to fucking do, and felt awkward about it. So she's like, well, I'm gonna fucking do my makeup here while I'm. It's not like she instructed people on makeup while she was talking about those crimes. But like, who was it? Stephanie Sue, I think it was. Names are fucking terrible in my mouth. There's this one girl who did like mukbangs in true crime, and that was absolutely disgusting. Because like, how are you gonna talk about people and like sometimes children being horrifically abused and mutilated and like just tormented in some of the most terrible ways, and in between you're like, oh my god, this food is so good, and stuff in your face full. Like, that's disgusting. She never really stopped doing the fucking mukbangs, but at the same time, like the fact that you had to be told to stop doing that, the fact that you combine those two to begin with is absolutely disgusting. So I took a big step away from like casual true crime coverage and got into more of fucking um like trial coverage instead of just like the crime coverage. Now there's still a few that I do watch. Like I'll watch Call Me Chris talk about the odd like cult or fucking murder case or whatever, just 'cause like the details of the case always interest me. Like people's like opinions or the way they're telling the story is never really like what I watch true crime for. It's just I want details of the case, and I've got undiagnosed ADHD, so I want to do a couple of other things while somebody else tells me about it. Oh Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry, Hailstorm. I love Call Me Chris. She's Canadian. I mean, she lives in the States now because she got married to Oompaville, and they're absolutely adorable together. But I started watching like her TikToks on YouTube Shorts back when she used to do the little fucking character skits with like Riley and the fucking vodka Russian mom and shit. It's actually been adorable to watch her channel grow. I've never understood mukbangs, but I don't like mouth sounds, so I still get notifications from Call Me Chris, but I haven't watched her stuff in like 3 years. Oh, her shit's changed in 3 years. I mean, she's got two channels now. She's got Call Me Chris and Call Me Chris 2. One of them she does like more serious stuff. Usually it's the true crime stuff, but again, that's more like case coverage of details and like whatever details she could find about like the prior life. Like that's what I like about Bose when she covers them too, is she usually, because Bose will specifically only cover female killers, and she dives a lot into like the past life, the home life, and everything that leads up to like the killing, because just th- like me, that's where my fascination lies. It's like yeah, you killed someone and that is terrible, and I don't necessarily need all the gory details of that, but like how did you get to that point? That's what I want to know. Like how did we get here? What fucking happened? So I like the ones that focus on that kind of shit rather than glorifying the actual details of the case. There's one person I used to work with directly with families, kind of bare minimum to me. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I mean, you can be respectful about it without like, and one of the easiest ways to do it is to like take the criminal's name away and give the victim's name back, because I mean their life was cut short enough already. Why should the person who took that get to live on in eternity? That was so fucking prolific. God damn, somebody clip that. That was amazing. I meant every word of it. It just fell out of my mouth nicely. Anyway, back to Kendra. Let me let Kendra tell her crazy.
Psychiatry in the city that I lived in, and I went with the first one
She's
that
telling
came
us how
up,
she fell in love with
and
her. Hang on.
I
She's telling us how she
got an
fell in love with her
appointment within a month.
psychiatrist.
And then I booked a 90-minute intake, and I show up to the intake, and
For
this
medication.
man
Like she just wants to
is
get back on
my
meds,
age, and
which
I
is
can't
what you
help
need a
but notice
psychiatrist
that
for.
he's pretty attractive, this psychiatrist.
Oh
Twist,
no.
and he kept me
He's hot,
anyway,
chat.
part two. So in this intake, I kind of clocked that he was attractive in my age, but when I tell you that I've had a lot of couch time in my life, a lot of therapy, I just went right into it. I trusted him enough, of course, why wouldn't I, to tell him about my childhood trauma, my daddy issues, if you will, what I had went through, all of the relationship trauma that I had. I was 6 months sober at this time, but like all of the drinking and substance use I used to do, and he just listened and nodded. And that's the thing about psychiatrists, is that they're good at pretending to listen. They can appear
Lady,
connected,
that's what you're
but that
paying
doesn't
them
mean that they're
for.
always connected.
Okay, okay. See, oh, this is why she's so fun, because right out the gate, she just comes out swinging with the fucking Delulu, man. Like, I'm sorry. He listened. Chat. The psychiatrist was hot, and he listened when I spoke for the 90-minute intake that my insurance was paying for me to have. And this is the one of the fucking very, very, very important details she leaves out at the beginning, is this is over video chat. She's not even in an office with him, okay? She's basically having this intake the same way she's telling us this story, through a fucking phone screen. And just they're really good at pretending to be connected. No, they're really good at connecting people with people on a deeper level in order to help them see things about themselves and find better ways to cope with those things about themselves and live, better and more fulfilling lives. That's like literally what they go to school for. And right away she was like, "You know what? This isn't okay." Like right away she's trying to set up him literally doing his job as some sort of manipulative, backhanded fucking like tactic.
So I just felt really seen. And I also told him, I was like, look, I don't want to be on stimulant meds. So he listened to me and he put me on the non stimulant ADHD med at the
I don't
lowest
believe
dose
that.
just to figure out if it was going to work for me. Part 3. So I hadn't ever seen a psychiatrist before.
So this is a compilation somebody else threw together. To be fair, I just kind of found it. It says it's all of them, all of her fucking TikToks. I haven't like scrubbed through it really to double check. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry if it cuts the story off weird. It may be the compilation, but it also may just be the fact that she's like absolutely lost her fucking marbles at this point. Now, she stipulates right off the bat that it's not stimulant ADHD meds, but you'll learn quickly that you can't trust a fucking thing out of this woman's mouth, and usually what she says is more than likely like just everything about her demeanor and the way she says things and the language she uses suggests that what she is saying is the literal opposite of what's happened. So I don't think she was put on the lowest. My opinion doesn't fucking matter. So it really does. I can say it without fucking worry about anything. I really don't believe for a fucking second that she was put on non-stimulant meds at the lowest dose. I think because she's been on medication before, she went, "Give me the fucking stimulants, buddy boy." He pretends to listen to me and make me feel seen, girl. That's his job. He's supposed to listen. That is his job. It's also an intake where she wants for a fucking appointment of a fucking relationship with the doctor that she's trying to set up in order to get medication, ongoing medication for an ongoing fucking mental disorder, right? So it's like yeah, he's got to know a lot about you, honey. He's got to know a lot about your fucking past, like some of your past traumas and a lot of your past medical history and how you reacted to certain drugs. And he's he's got he's got to figure out where he's starting. He's a fucking doctor.
When I was on meds in my early 20s,
Also, thank you, Mark. That's
I
very
only
sweet
got
of you.
meds from my primary care physician. So I didn't understand how psychiatry works. So
Obviously.
because he was figuring out my med dose, I saw him every month.
Sorry, I'm pausing it again. For those of you who don't know, so like she has a therapist and everything, but she goes to she sets up with this psychiatrist because therapists can't give you medication, therapists can't diagnose you, therapists can just give you therapy and counseling, right? They can just like walk you through triggers and coping mechanisms and mindsets and working on all that. They can't give you medications, they can't prescribe you them, they can't change them, they can't diagnose you with anything. You have to go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist for that, depending on your needs. So she has a therapist, she has someone to talk to about like all the things she needs to for like therapy, and she's going to see the psychiatrist for medication because it's the only reason she needs to see the psychiatrist and instead of the therapist because the therapist can't give her medication and the psychiatrist absolutely has to. Is she a compulsive liar? I don't know if she's a compulsive liar or like a lot of people like speculate that she's in a stimulant induced psychosis. I think she's in limerence with this doctor and just seeing what she wants to see. And she absolutely is getting diluted by chat gpt because all of this is getting fed into chat gpt and then spit back to her during the sycophant update where it just like uh validated absolutely everything she was doing and made the spiral worse. It's so beautiful the way it develops.
And he just made me feel like I was his friend. He was really, really funny and cracked jokes
He
and
made you feel comfortable.
told me he was impressed with my running that I would do. And
Empty
yeah,
compliment.
so of course I loved the attention that I got from him. And
You
it
were
was in my
paying him
third
for it.
session with him, because at this point we were all on Zoom, that I asked him,
Never
I
in the
said,
office.
hey, do you mind if I call you by your first name?
Which is weird.
And he's Pakistani.
You don't ever do that with your doctor. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sure there's people who are going to be like, well, I do that with my doctor. And if, like, you have that relationship with your doctor, that's fine. That's great. But, like, especially in your third fucking appointment, you don't just ask your doctor, can I start calling you by your first name? That is weird. And it's weird because it's, like, a strangely intimate thing to ask given the nature of the relationship. Right? That's like walking up to your boss and asking if you can call him by a nickname. It's just there's no place for that there. There's no reason for that. You're just trying to make yourself seem closer to him than you actually fucking are. And he's Pakistani, which translates in her mind to just not white. I know that from fucking later shit.
So I said his first name wrong, and he said, well, it's pronounced this, but yes, of course you can. And he seemed so smug and happy with himself. And I know that that is because that was his first sign that him pretending like we're friends was working. And to be fair to me, I had only ever been to therapy before. I didn't realize that, it's important to call your doctor last name. I mean, I did know that. I did it with all my other doctors, but
I'm
it
sorry.
just showed that the
This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Like the girl just fucking lies out of nowhere. She's like, I'd only ever been to therapy before, and I didn't know you had to call your doctor by like doctor last name. It's like, okay, so you've been to a general practitioner, so you're fucking lying. And then she immediately follows up with that with, well, I did know because that's how I talk to all my doctors. So she goes, I didn't know I was supposed to be professional with my doctor, except for the fact that I'm professional with all my other doctors because I know I have to be that way. So, like, lady, ma'am, and I say this with all the disrespect in the world, why the fuck would you ask one doctor if you can call them by their first name and not think that it's weird when you literally don't do that with any of your other doctors? You also don't mention if any of your other doctors are hot or not. Like, she talks about like 2 different therapists she has. She talks about a couple other fucking doctors and nurses and staff. Never mentions their physical appearance and whether or not like it appeals to her. But the very first thing out of the gate when she talks about this psychiatrist that she found is he's attractive. So she absolutely saw his profile photo on LinkedIn and went, I want to get on that as my doctor and live out my fucking fantasy romance novel fucking dynamic power play fantasies. Third appointment too. Oh, guys, it gets worse. Girl, so, like I said, like I knew there was gonna be a seed mark. I knew there was gonna be someone in the chat who's like, I call my doctor by their first name, and like, that's fine if you have that relationship with your doctor. It's not the fucking biggest deal. But when you don't actually know somebody and they're your doctor and it's your third appointment, you're like, oh, can I call you by my first name when I don't do that with any of my other doctors that I've been seeing for far longer? Girl, you're weird.
boundaries were blurring, and he liked that.
No, they weren't.
So from then on, from my third session on,
You never
I
had any
started calling
boundaries.
him
That's the problem.
his first name. And then he just started turning up the volume on us being friendly.
Oh, jeez, Natalie, that
and
sucks. He turned up the volume on us being friendly.
For the first 6 sessions, he asked me, after the meds, he said, how's your bowels, bladder, and appetite? And I would say they're all normal. And then he would ask me any thoughts of harm.
All normal when starting new medications.
Apparently that's pretty common for psychiatry to ask those questions.
Yeah.
And then on our 6th session,
because they're there to monitor how the drugs
really,
react in your body.
The chemistry was starting to be there before. Like, I didn't realize it.
Turn her down a little bit.
It was just friendly. And he said, I have to ask this because it's a special interest of mine.
I don't believe he said that.
Is there any thoughts of harm? Like, I was special to him.
I don't believe that.
I said, no thoughts of harm. And he didn't ever ask me a clinical question again. He stopped asking me about my bladder, bowels, and appetite.
I don't believe that.
Asking me about thoughts of harm. So to me, I would just show up and he was like a therapy appointment every month. So I was seeing him every month.
So that makes it even worse. So she's seeing this man once every 4 weeks. Okay, she's got a therapist. She's got a therapist she could see 2-3 times a week. And she's seen this man once every 4 weeks to talk about her medications and how her body is and mental state are reacting to them. And she's going, yeah, I'm special. This is my therapy appointment. And he's asking about my pooper because he really fucking likes me. No, honey, that's his job. I'm pretty sure it's his least favorite part of his job is having to ask people, hey, you shitting okay? You pissing okay? How's your fucking sex drive? Because he said, fucking, I've had reports where, like, this shit kills it. Yeah, any weird dreams? Yeah, no, okay, fucking thoughts of suicide, thoughts of harming yourself. There's a little fucking checklist he has to go down. You're not special. There's a fucking template for how fucking standard that is, for how unspecial you are. The man is going through a fucking checklist that is mandatory at the beginning of his meetings with you because the entire nature of the relationship that you're supposed to be having is him monitoring drugs in your system. drugs that affect your bowel movements, drugs that affect your ability to urinate sometimes, drugs that affect your digestive system, drugs that affect your mental state, sometimes in negative ways, drugs that fucking, maybe this one thing is a sign that the dosage needs to go up or needs to go down, or maybe you're getting a side effect that you weren't told about and because it's super like there's so many reasons why that needs to fucking be talked about. She goes, "Oh, he asked because it was a special interest of he's like, it's a special interest of mine." Like, yeah, honey, he's a psychiatrist. I'm pretty sure it is a special interest to his whole fucking industry field and like job security that his patients don't fucking kill themselves. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Mark. But like, are you kidding me? It's a special interest of mine. I'm special. We're friends. No, honey, it's a mark against his fucking career if one of his patients ups and fucking so yeah, he kind of needs to keep on that shit. Especially if it happens within like 6 months of him putting them on new medications. Like that's gonna look real bad to the fucking medical board. But you see, Kendra has the worst main character syndrome I've ever seen in my life, and really thinks that every single one of these man's decisions, this accredited doctor who's been doing this for years, he's got his own fucking practice, he's got multiple fucking patients, he does patients in person and on Zoom. The man is good at his job, and she thinks every one of his decisions revolves around a once a month interaction he has with her psycho ass over Zoom.
And just gaining more and more respect for him because he would just tell me these little things about his successes and all of the cool things that he was doing in his life. And it made me fall for him, honestly.
Girl, you're so
And
fucking
he was
crazy.
really good at listening. And I mean, he's a Pisces, right? So of course he's going
He's
to
a
be there and be able to
psychiatrist.
go deep with my feelings. But that
It's
doesn't
what
mean that
he's
he wasn't extracting from them. Anyway, so I would beg him
This man
to let me
truly has
see
the
him every
patience of a
week.
fucking
Beg him
saint.
because my therapist at the time, he was fine. You know, he wasn't a predator, but he was fine. He just wasn't.
Right there, she just insinuated that her ex-psychiatrist, because she's not her psychiatrist anymore, she just insinuated right there, without saying it outright, that her psychiatrist is a predator. Like, now, this is how why it's kind of so fucking diabolical what she's doing actually with all this is because the wording she uses is actually very fucking particular in the sense of like it leaves room for plausible deniability in a legal sense. Like she didn't outright just call him a predator right there. Not in the slightest. She didn't say he's a predator. She in fact was talking about someone else and said he's not a predator. But the context in which she said it, the way she had phrased it, and the timing in which she decided to state that this other person was not a predator would lead most people to like complete the thought of, oh, so the other guy is a predator. And now legally it can be argued she never said that. But in reality, she did put the spark of it in everybody's fucking mind.
Doing very
And this is a woman who has therapy. Okay, this is a perfect example of therapy only works if you're honest with it, okay? And whether or not Kendra is diagnosable fucking narcissistic personality disorder or not, there are a number of people who may not meet the criteria for NPD who actually just will weaponize therapy for their own measures. Like, there's a certain amount of, like, most people have a certain amount of narcissistic traits in them. That's not saying most people have a certain amount of NPD in them. Narcissistic personality disorder is a diagnosis, and a trait that can be described as narcissistic are not the same fucking thing, right? Like the whole diagnosis comes with an accompanying fucking list of symptoms and specific criteria that like one action being objectively described as narcissistic doesn't fucking meet. So a good number of people show like can and will show some narcissistic traits in their life because like survival itself is narcissistic. Like when you think about it, survival is all about like worrying about yourself over others. Because if you're not fucking alive to like feed someone else, then like what's that gonna help? So you gotta feed yourself, right? So it's absolutely like I really do think this woman specifically just has the narcissistic trait, just like the fucking predatory fucking trait of like she's not going to therapy to better herself, she's going to therapy to learn tools to use against other people. And there's lots of people like that who don't meet the criteria for like NPD. Like Lily's the same way. Any therapy she ever actually decided to engage with was only in an effort to try and learn ways to manipulate people better. And this is 100% what this bitch does. With like 2 or 3 different therapists, the psychiatrist, and I think 3 different AI chatbots.
Much for me. And so that therapist retired, and I got a new therapist. And this new therapist, who is a 75-year-old woman with a PhD,
Because that matters.
So I stopped asking.
75-year-old woman didn't say if she was attractive or not.
My therapist and let me see him more, right? Which also should have been a red flag. But then I started focusing on this therapist. However,
she puts everything on him too. She's like sitting there going like, I was begging him to like let me see him more despite the fact that I had therapy, and nobody told me it was wrong. So it was like everybody else's fault. Like nobody told me that I was supposed to call him by his title and his last name, even though I do that with all of my other doctors. Okay, nobody told me. Okay, it's not my fault. Nobody told me. Like, lady, wait until she drops the bomb where she offers her own counseling, by the way. She's a fucking holistic ADHD life coach.
Would tell the therapist how obsessed I was with my psychiatrist, and she didn't do anything about it. She just was interested. She also loved stories about my dating life, and yeah.
I'm willing to bet that she was just interested and she loved stories about my dating life means she asked me, I would say to tell her about things, and she would ask me questions like, and how does that make you feel? How do you feel about that? How does that impact your life? Like, ask therapy fucking questions. Because she's a fucking therapist. Like, I'm sorry. You're never gonna walk into a therapist's office and they're just gonna tell you what to do. Okay, like even the most blunt and straightforward therapist is never going to tell you what to do. They're never going to make a decision for you. That's literally not their job. They're not there to take control of your life for you. They're there to give insight and an educated fucking knowledge of patterns, essentially, information fucking, and tools to make the decisions for yourself and to like give you the headspace to like talk you down from like a ledge so that you're at the point where you can make a decision. Like, they're not going to tell you you need to stop doing that. They're going to be like, okay, well, how is that impacting your life? Is that impacting your life in a positive or negative way? What are the kinds of things that are happening in your life because of this factor? And I very much think that she would, like, Kendra interprets that entirely as someone taking interest, literally just doing her job as a fucking therapist. And she goes, oh, you're just interested in my personal life. Honey, you pay her to listen to your personal life. You pay her money. You go talk about cupcakes and rainbows for a fucking hour and she'd sit there and listen because she's getting paid. It's her job. It's a job line she picked probably because she wants to help people. Yes, but at the end of the day, you are one among many, not one of many. And you don't even pay out of pocket for any of this. Like, all of it, like, it's all covered with insurance.
She also was getting supply from me in her own way.
Yeah, they're fucking dumbasses, but the bigger dumbass is the one paying them. Yeah. Life coaches are
who actually helped me. She taught me CBT,
I'm sorry, holistic
all of these different modalities.
Always makes me roll my eyes.
Back to just being okay with seeing Irfan once a month while he was giving me these little.
She just name dropped him. She just fucking name dropped him. I forgot about that. She fucking name drops him right there.
Me feel special, telling me about his
thank you, Brandon.
Telling me about how he's getting international.
It was my birthday. Give me money.
I was really impressed.
I should do like a Q&A stream for like $5 a question.
When the intermittent reinforcement started.
See if the fucking trolls show up and want questions out of me, want the answers out of me.
And let me in on
Sorry, I'm talking over
parts of his life and like be vulnerable with me or pretend. Other sessions, he would be cold and clinical and detached. And you know what that did? It made me work harder.
Because you're crazy! Because you're crazy!
And it started the addiction that I had to him.
Because you're fucking
100%.
Delulu!
And he knew exactly what he was doing. This man gives lectures on trauma and attachment theory. He used his psychiatric training to manipulate me and get me hooked.
I wish he could sue for defamation. He'd be breaking HIPAA.
In January of 2024,
and again,
I was
like I said, her language is very deliberate throughout this whole thing. She never outright accuses him of anything improper. She just very much tries to twist what actually happened out of the professional space and lens that it actually happened in, and twists it to fit the alternate reality her limerence has created, where her psychiatrist is deeply down bad for her and wants to go, you know, balls to the wall with her in between, in the middle of their session. It is like, she's enigmatic, to be quite honest. Like, I haven't I've have I ever personally come across this level of crazy? I don't think so. Like, this is the level of crazy I cosplay as when I make the, like, I'm their god, and like I'm the troll's god, and they're my little fucking civilization that like worships me in my live chat sometimes. Not a wonderful pause face, right? I'm so good at that. Um, like, this is the level of crazy that I am fucking cosplaying when I say that shit, cause damn.
Hit by a car turning left as I was going through a green light.
Oh yeah, she got hit by a car.
It was the
She
night
got a car
before my
accident. No,
appointment. My
she
next
didn't get hit by a
appointment with
car.
my
She got into a car
psychiatrist.
accident.
So I was like, okay, you know, I'll still be able to go to my appointment on Zoom. I'm okay. But I did make an appointment with an urgent care the next day just to get checked out.
Gets
I had
hit by a
bruising on my
car.
abdomen and a perforated
Doesn't go to the
eardrum.
doctor
And
because she wants to make the Zoom
provider at
call
urgent care said,
with the
I do not feel
psychiatrist.
comfortable treating you. You need to seek emergency care now. You may be internally bleeding. But it was 11 o'clock in the morning, and my appointment with
It's
my
clear that you're
psychiatrist
joking.
was
To
at 2.
you guys,
So I
because you have
decided that I was
brain
gonna wait so I could
cells,
see my psychiatrist and
they
not have
probably
it
take me
rescheduled, because I was
seriously.
looking
They're
forward
probably over
to
there
my
going, she's
appointment
such a
with him
narcissist.
so
She
much.
thinks she's a god. And
I
it's
look
like,
back at that time, and I'm just like, oh my god, I
worship
put
me, my
own
little
life,
beings.
under seeing him. I was fully addicted to him at this point. And you know what happened?
It's kind of
Is
crazy
that
finding
I
the
showed
parody of
up and I
psychological
told him
thrillers.
that I
It's
may be
like baby
internally bleeding,
reindeer
and
in
he
this
didn't stop
shit.
the appointment. He didn't say, you need to take care of yourself. Go get emergency care now.
Again, another iteration of, guys, the doctor didn't specifically tell me what to do like I'm a child, okay? It's not my fault. I'm a full-grown woman who makes decisions for myself, didn't go to the doctor, and instead wanted to get on a Zoom call with the man whose face I like looking at and words I don't properly listen to, and he didn't make me go to the doctor, so he wanted me to stay with him as badly as I wanted to stay with him. Like, she's so crazy. I love it.
He let me
Thank you,
continue
Veilstorm.
and just tell him about how much I loved
I got little
him
hearts
and
on my
how
face.
grateful
I'm
I
just
was
not
for
close
him,
enough to
because
the
that was
camera to
really
see
what
it.
most
Oh,
of our
look, my
appointments
fucking
were, is me
32-year-old
just,
eye
like,
bags.
pouring myself out because he was so good at the intermittent reinforcement. Yeah, I got some warmth from him that appointment.
This is the ChatGPT language coming
So that
out.
was January 2023, and I also told my therapist about this. She said nothing. See him, that's when he really started turning up the intimacy in our appointments. However, he was really smart.
That's another
and
thing.
knew the
This is another thing.
professional-
Is she says that so many times throughout this, is she'll say he turned up the intimacy, or that's when things started getting more heated or more personal or deeper between us, but nothing she describes is him turning up any sort of intimacy. Like, she'll just be like, he did this thing, and then describe the action. He'll be like, she'll literally, he turned up the intimacy. The intimacy just got turned up between us. And it's because he referenced an email she had sent him in between sessions during a session. It doesn't elaborate further on that. She's like, he wouldn't email me back, but he'd bring it up in session. It's like, honey, yeah, because he probably was saying, hey, all that shit you keep emailing me in between sessions, yeah, that's probably, don't be doing that. We can talk about shit in our sessions, not in between them. So, like, save it, write it down, bring it to the session. Don't email me that shit. It was literally probably him going, hey, stop it. And she's like, oh my god, senpai noticed me. Like, her entire fucking, that's probably why it's so entertaining. I just realized her entire fucking persona throughout this is literally the fucking yandere senpai noticed me fucking delulu levels of batshit crazy. Does this woman legit get off on this? She ended up making money off of it.
Lines like the back of his hand. So he would comment on my appearance, but not compliment my appearance. So I would come on screen and he would say, "Oh, you curled your hair." Or I would come on screen and he would say, "Oh, you're wearing glasses." And of course I felt seen and excited that he was noticing these things about me. I didn't realize at this time that he had feelings for me too.
Because he didn't.
I thought I was holding them all by myself.
You
so
were.
I was so excited when he noticed my glasses that I ran and showed him my other pair, and he said, "I prefer turtle shell glasses." So even though I usually wear contacts,
oh, 100%, she seems like the type
in these videos, because I, just in case he sees them ever, he'll see me in his favorite glasses. He did tell me
she's
he
not done.
The turtle shell.
She's not done. She's not fucking done with him. Like, okay, so you gotta remember, realize at this point that she's telling the story, so this happened like in 2023, so like 3 years ago, and so she stopped seeing him as a doctor, and she says that she left him as a doctor. What really happened, and we know this because of like her, like, she can't keep up with her own lies, she tells on herself, her insurance fucking lapsed, and she got different insurance, and the new insurance she was getting wouldn't cover mental health services, so she would have had to pay like $150 out of pocket per session to keep seeing this guy, and she wasn't willing to pay that, so she stopped being a patient of his. Right? She stopped being a patient of his because she doesn't want to pay money out of her pocket to go fucking see him. She wants it to be for free so she can feel like, I'm not paying you to do this. That way it makes me feel like you're doing it of your own volition, right? Because that adds to her to fucking Delulu. And fucking, she stops seeing him as a patient, decides to make this fucking thing, this whole shebang of a fucking TikTok series, and still has the glasses she got because she thought he was obsessed with her, and still wears them in the videos where she's name dropped him and like skirting the fucking line of information she is allowed and not allowed to fucking say without repercussion, and in hopes that he's fucking watching them. Like, she's still trying to, like, sink her little limerent hooks. Like, in her mind, he's still just, like, right behind the screen watching her. And it's fucked. That Beyonce movie, I think it was called Roommates, but that was also a remake of a movie called Single White Female.
Anyway, it was just inappropriate things like that. Little teeny things that he let me in. And all this time, my best friend is an emergency medicine
Obsessed,
physician,
that's what it
and
is.
she told me, she said, "Kendra, one of these days, your psychiatrist," she would use his name, "is going to say, 'I can't be your doctor anymore. I want to be with you. I want to be with you so bad. I can't be your doctor. I'll see you in 2 years.'"
I don't believe your therapist said that to you.
She picks up on stuff like that.
Or your friend. I don't believe that.
She knew that our
my friend who's a doctor.
Crossing boundaries and getting weird, but that was like, that became...
This woman's got so many doctors in her life for somebody who doesn't seem to understand how a doctor-patient relationship works. Like, everyone around her is a fucking doctor, apparently. This is weird. She's so weird.
My psychiatrist, I almost use his name, to do that. And I told him about Brianna saying that, my best friend, who's the emergency medical doc. I told him that she would tell me that, and he just would be silent. He didn't disagree, but he didn't agree. And that was... Weaponized neutrality was his favorite game to play.
A cat's outside my door.
He didn't disagree with Brianna telling me that my psychiatrist...
I have to go, but this is so fascinating, weird, I can't look away. It's okay, Waffles, the VOD will be up later if you want to rewatch it.
Inappropriate, let's change the subject. It was also around this time that I asked my psychiatrist
I'm gonna let the cat
if
in.
he had diagnosed me with anything other than ADHD when I had my initial diagnosis. And he said, "Yeah, I did." I said, "Oh, what did you diagnose me with?" And he said, "Well, you had a lot of traumatic things happen to you in childhood because of your dad, and so I diagnosed you with other trauma and stressor related disorder." And that was the first little ping that I got of like, that was weird. Why would he keep that from me? I asked my, like, why wouldn't he tell me that? That seems important. He didn't tell me because he was using that information to manipulate me. He knew I had trauma and stressor disorder, and instead of helping me heal from it and telling me about it, he used it against me. January 2023, at this point I was full-blown obsessed with my psychiatrist, and my therapist wasn't helping me, my psychiatrist wasn't helping me, he was feeding it. And then I got a boyfriend, and at first my psychiatrist wasn't really that keen. But then my psychiatrist realized that my boyfriend was a lot like my psychiatrist. And then I started talking to my
She's
psychiatrist
so
about my
crazy.
sex life, about tracking my cycle, using the fertility awareness
Why?
method. Um, and
Oh my god, no! Using the fertility awareness method. Okay, do you know what that is? That's the pull-out method. That's her trying to be fancy about the pull-out method. Oh my god. So she goes to this man, picks him because he's fucking physically attractive to her. Um, doesn't see him in person like at all at this point. She has not seen him in person fucking once. I bet. Um, and is going to see him for fucking medication. And she starts begging to see him more often, while she's also going to other psychiatrists or other therapists. Fucking, it gets, trust me, it gets worse. It gets so much worse, and that's the best. This thing just keeps getting better and better. Um, and then goes to this doctor at some point in her fucking Zoom meetings, convinces herself he's in love with her, and starts like talking about her sex life and using the fertility method. So she basically sits down in an appointment and goes, "So I like to raw dog and use the pull out method a lot. You can hit this bear, my guy." That's what she did. That is what she did. Not in those words, but she sat down and went, "You can hit it raw if you'd like." Um, and I feel so bad for this poor man. Like throughout this entire story, you can tell that this man has the patience of a fucking saint. And goddamn, he must be good looking because it sounds like he might be a little bit used to this too. Um, not a single thing that she ever talks about him doing is in any way inappropriate or a lot boundary crossing or like indicates that he's got feelings for her. He just, if anything, and again, probably because he has experience with it, he's very careful about I'm guessing anyway. This is what I'm guessing from the way she sells the story. It sounds like he's very careful about the hard lines he does draw because he's probably seen this before, if not specifically in his patients, but within the industry and his profession, and knows that like it can go very badly very quickly when people are in this kind of state, and they can just snap and then become like, you know, violent. And for the sake of himself and his staff and other people around her in her life, and for her sake as a patient, he's gonna be like very careful about how and where and when he puts down hard boundaries, because if he pushes too hard in one direction, she might fucking snap. And every time I've heard this fucking story and heard her tell this shit, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like this guy's being really fucking careful trying to like navigate this messy ass situation because the wrong move will set her off like a landmine, and she's interpreting that as like he's just that into me. And then starts talking about how she likes to raw dog, which calls it the fertility tracking method. That means you're just like making sure you're not ovulating when you raw dog, and then typically they pull out. Maybe not, which might work in terms of pregnancy, but there's a lot more you can get from sex than a baby.
and my psychiatrist
Never, ever, don't do this shit. Wrap it. Wrap it before you tap it. Some of that shit sticks around for fucking ever. Some of that shit can fuck you up, fuck your entire life up. Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool. Ladies, no glove, no love. Girl, she legit went from 10.99. You can hit it from behind. Oh, thank you, Shayla. But yeah, no, life lessons from, not even from Courtney, just life lessons in general. Just no glove, no love, people. Oh, you're allergic to latex? There's other options. There's non-latex options. Oh, it doesn't feel great. Neither does syphilis, I've heard, or gonorrhea, I've heard. Herpes sticks around forever, so I've been told. The fertility tracking method, as she likes to call it, that's the pull-out method. That's a fool's game.
just loved it. He didn't never say, this isn't inappropriate to your care, let's pivot. Oh, he just let me talk and talk and talk about my sex life. And I didn't get too deep, but
I'm sure just letting her talk
about
and
a year
talk
and
and
a
talk was
half
going,
in, and
I
I would
see.
send my
Ah,
psychiatrist these emails just about how
and
much
how's the
I
medication affecting
liked
that?
him and how I was so grateful for him and put in a bunch of heart emojis.
No, see, you can cut it, Mark, but at the same time, that ain't gonna fucking, that ain't gonna stop you from getting an STD. That ain't gonna stop you from getting potentially fucking cancer, cause like fucking HPV, which is like a fucking one of the main causes of fucking cervical and I think prostate cancer, that's transmitted sexually. Um, it doesn't feel good. Neither does pregnancy. Neither do like any fucking sexually transmitted disease. Neither does fucking cancer if you're gonna fucking end up with that. Like there's a lot of reasons, like fucking HIV, HPV, just like a lot of life altering reasons why you should just fucking wrap it. Because like there's just no point not to. Want to raw dog something, get yourself a sex toy. Keep that shit clean. Oh, good luck. I hope you dump a baby in her, man. So I'm trying to bite back all the fucking just analogies that just really want to come forth right now. I'm sure you didn't go deep at all. I'm sure you want to go deep with him, huh? Mark. Oh, Mark. She goes deeper. Good luck fucking. This is why you're my favorite, dude. I've never said it out loud, but Mark, this is why you're my favorite. Oh, fucking beautiful. Streams aren't the same when you're not there.
And this is really when he
You'd
should
have
have
to make
transferred
you
my
some
care,
sort of
but
official like
you know, he
title
liked it. He
for
liked
in
what I gave him
stream.
too much. And so even though my boyfriend did not meet my needs, my psychiatrist and my therapist both were like, you have to stay with him. There's nothing wrong with him not meeting
I'll
your
give you
needs.
unintended
I'm
or fucking.
okay. And my psychiatrist was like, he's perfect. Don't get wrong with him. And what was perfect about him was he wasn't meeting my needs. So I was still coming to my psychiatrist,
There you go.
looking for emotional
You get to be
validation,
moderator
which
for
he
this
would drip
stream.
to me slowly.
Because you're my favorite.
So my therapist, who I didn't know at this time had
Break a leg,
boundaries,
break a
but she
condom.
did. I went to her because my boyfriend and I, after like more than a year together.
Okay, before we get any more, Kendra. No. In all seriousness, from a lot of people I've known who have struggled to conceive, the best advice that I can offer is don't actually try. Like I get that you guys like want a kid and everything, and you are trying to have a kid, but like don't go into the mindset of like you're trying to have a kid. Like do as much as you can, just try and let it be a fucking afterthought. Because it's funny how the stress of like attempted like what's the word I'm looking for? It's escaping me now. Intentionally creating a child. Like the stress of like the background stress of that like really can fuck with a lot of people's like ability to conceive. This is why you'll hear a lot of couples will try for years and years and years and do absolutely everything that they fucking can and they won't and they end up giving up on the ability to conceive, and then it's shortly after they fucking give up on it ever happening that suddenly they get fucking pregnant. Does this mean I can put Ooga Boogas in timeout? Yes. If they show up, they haven't showed up yet. But yeah, you absolutely can. Um, but so yeah, so like the best advice I can fucking offer someone who's known a lot of people who've struggled to conceive is like just try not to think about it. Try not to like worry about fucking we're trying to make a kid. Just raw dog your woman, dude. Fucking blow that back out. That's all you gotta think about. Why is she so red? Probably because she was. I think this was around the time she just got back from her trip to like the Maldives or something. I don't know. This bitch weird.
We started having issues in the bedroom. And so I went to my therapist and she asked me, what does your psychiatrist think about this? And I said, I don't know. I haven't talked to my psychiatrist about this stuff because I have a crush on my psychiatrist.
No, I'm pretty sure this was right after her trip to the Maldives, which she doesn't talk about till
later. You should
later.
tell him because I want a male's perspective. So at my next appointment with my psychiatrist, I
It's the way to
told
go,
him,
my
I
man.
said, today we're going to talk about my
Let it be an
intimate life.
accident.
And he said, oh. I said, yes. My psychologist, my therapist, asked what your opinion on it was, and I told her that I don't talk to you about this intimate stuff.
Well, if
because
a
I
dude
have a
just
crush
came
on
into
you."
chat and went, "Hey, me and my
And
wife be
he
fucking."
looked down and smiled so big in that moment.
Hey,
He smiled so big, and I loved it. It's so gross thinking about it.
hang on a second.
He her that my psychologist, my therapist asked. He said, "Oh." I said, "Yes." My psychologist, my therapist asked what.
What are you saying? Hang
So
on.
at my next appointment
There we go.
with my psychiatrist, I told him, I said, today we're going to talk about my intimate life. And he said, oh. I said, yes. My psychologist, my therapist asked what your opinion on it was, and I told her that I don't talk to you about this intimate stuff because I have a crush on you.
No, it's because that's not the nature. Honey, you don't talk about this shit with him because he's not your fucking therapist, okay? He's not the doctor there to manage your emotions and like how you feel about the choices that you make in life. He's literally there to like manage your fucking medication. Like you don't tell him because it's not therapy, but for some reason you have yourself convinced that you're going to see this man once a month for therapy when you already have a therapist you see multiple times a month. Like, who lets you walk around like this?
He looked down and
Where is your mother?
smiled so big in that moment. He smiled so big, and I loved it. It's so gross thinking about it. And then I proceeded to give him 30 minutes
You legit
of
came in chat and I was
non-stop
flirting.
content about my intimate life with my boyfriend.
Non-stop
And
content.
I actually recorded the whole thing because I was so excited about it.
Psycho. So she sits there, she sits down at this appointment, again, over Zoom. I gotta remind you, I gotta keep reminding you because, like, she sells it like it's something more intimate than it is. This is her fucking therapy appointments are about as close and intimate as this fucking live stream right now, okay? And she sits her ass down in front of the camera and goes, today we're going to talk about my intimate life because my therapist wants your opinion. And I didn't tell her, and I told her I didn't talk to you about these kinds of things because I have a crush on you. And she told me to do it anyway. And because I only do things when I'm told to do them by other full grown adults, that's what I'm going to do. And then she just gets into all the fucking freaky nasty shit she does with her boyfriend, basically showing off to the man. She's like, these are all the things that I would be willing to do for you. Like, that's what she's covertly doing as she's sitting there sexually harassing this man while he is like borderly obligated and like obligated by his fucking job to basically sit there and let her fucking go on. And she's taking the professionalism that he has not to tell her to take it and shove it where the sun don't shine, like she keeps describing where her boyfriend stuck it last night. She interprets that she's special and he's in love with her. She doesn't know this man. She sees him once a month and it's been a few months and it's for medication and she's never met him outside a professional setting. And she's just like, let me tell you how far my back can go before it blows out. Also, I like to hit it raw. Like, I'm so fucking baffled that this dude managed to hold his composure and not like file a fucking complaint, like a sexual harassment complaint. Because that's what this is, okay? Like, she has this man, like, there could be, like, she's trying to set it up that he has the power in this power dynamic, that he is the one who is able to control and manipulate her because he's the psychiatrist, when she's the one in the fucking control seat at the moment. She's the one who fucking books these appointments, decides how she's going to harass this man, and then he is stuck in at least a 60-minute Zoom call with this fucking bitch while she just sexually harasses him. And yeah, he can't just be shut it down and be like, no, this isn't gonna happen, because for all he knows, and probably for all he knows from experience, she could go batshit and slash his car tires if he does that. Or hurt somebody else, and he may feel responsible for that personally because he made her snap. Like, he's got a pussyfoot around this whole situation and walk on eggshells to keep so many different people like safe. and get sexually harassed on top of it. Like, that is absolutely insane. I again, like I said it at the beginning, I am really, it's my opinion, my very uneducated but, practiced opinion, that she's like in a limerence sort of a limerent situation with this doctor. Like, she's not seeing this man as the person that he is. She is not seeing this man as her doctor. She is not seeing this man for any of the interactions that are actually happening. Okay, she saw his face and she stepped, like, we're in this world right here, right? We're right here. And when she saw his face, she took a step out and went up somewhere over here into Delulu land. And she's been here ever since. So everything that's happening here, where this man's just doing his job, by the time it floats up into Delulu land where she's fucking living, it's become a profession of love. Like, his due diligence on making sure his patients don't off themselves because he put them on new medication has now become a profession of love for her. And like, that is the kind of fucking detached thinking that stalkers and people in like limerence fucking do. That's just not fucking healthy.
But now it makes me sick. I can't even listen to the recording. I've tried.
That's actually an excellent point, Mark. That's the other thing. Like, he can't just necessarily drop her as a doctor, because what if like he's assessed her, because like another thing that doctors will do, especially the ones that can diagnose you, like a psychiatrist can, a lot of psychiatrists who absolutely can and absolutely have actually diagnosed people with like narcissistic personality disorder or antisocial personality disorder, or like a few of the other ones in that personality disorder category. Um, a lot of them won't tell the person with the disorder that that's what they have, because a lot of the time, once people with like, how am I wording this, a lot of the time when it comes to treating people with NPD, um once they become aware of it, or once you try to make them aware of it, they become resistant to the idea of treatment. Like, that's kind of just the nature of mental health disorders anyway. Like, people can tell you till you're blue in the fit till they're blue in the face that you meet the criteria, that you do have this diagnosis, and that does mean certain things. But that's gonna be in one ear and out the other. It's gonna be falling on deaf ears until the person themselves is ready to accept that and actually want something about that to change. My dude, that wording was diabolical. Oh my gold fucking star. I'm sorry, that took me out of it for a minute. That was amazing. Fuck, where was my train of thought? So yeah, so sorry, I found it again. So a lot of doctors, like, they won't actually tell people who have NPD, and they'll treat the NPD without like actually officially diagnosing it, because it tends to go better and like people are more receptive to it. Um, that was finishing my thought, but where was the train going? How did this pertain back to fucking her? Right, so in terms of Kendra, there's a good chance that this doctor is very certain that very confident in the fact that she meets specific criteria for a certain diagnosis, but doesn't want to say that out loud because he knows that might bring the potential for treatment to a screeching halt. So he may be trying to like maintain the professional distance and work on what he does see as like diagnosable and treatable, like at arm's length, because that's literally his job. And it could be that there is nobody else that he could transfer her to. Like, there's nobody with the same qualifications or the experience. He may be the only fucking ADHD psychiatrist in that area. Like, there's a lot of different factors. And um so yeah, the fact that he kept her on, most doctors will not just drop you as a doctor, barring something like significant happening. It's usually you get transferred to somewhere else, or they like tell you that like something happens and you're told within enough time to arrange other care, so you're not just left without a doctor. And it could be that she like he just has nowhere to send her. And so her like saying he kept her on, he's literally got like a legal obligation to do so. He can't just leave her without care. And if she's not going to move on to somebody else on her of her own accord, like he may be, it may be the state that he works in, it may be the fucking policies he works under. Like there's a lot of different mitigating factors that can go into this kind of shit. But he may be like caught between a rock and a hard place and literally have nowhere to send her, no avenue of actually getting that done unless she initiates it herself. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for the happy birthday.
To start, but it's gross. Any ethical.
So yeah. Oh, that was the other thing too. So she sits down in this fucking Zoom call and she's recording it, by the way. I don't know if she told him that she's recording it. She never states whether or not she told him that she was recording it. But let's just say, for narrative's sake, she didn't tell him because I don't think she would have. So she sits down. I'm sitting down with you guys here. You don't know I'm recording you. You don't know this is going to be a live stream on YouTube. Let's for say this is just, I don't know, a fucking video chat we're having. Um Sailor packing knives. That's great. I'm sorry I don't remember that name, but I love it nonetheless. Um so she sits down to record this fucking conversation where she goes, we're going to talk about my sex life and I'm going to talk about every nasty fucking thing my boyfriend's done to me in the last week so that I can describe my talents to you and put myself on display in a way that I can plausibly deny it didn't happen. This was the leaky air mattress that got you? What? Oh, fucking Dyphon. I can't even fucking pronounce your name there, dude. DJ0PH10N. He said, how wet do you have to get before your grip on reality gets too lubricated and it falls out? That fucking sent me. I didn't let it outside. I didn't let it out verbally, because there's people sleeping in the house, but like I screamed at that inside my head. That's why I just sat there like this for a minute. I was screaming in my head. That was so funny. Anyway, so yeah, she sat down and she's recording DJ Ophian? Ophian? Okay. DJ Ophian. That's what I'm going with. She's telling me what talents. Okay, so you just got in here, dude. So this woman sits down with her psychiatrist, who she hasn't been with for very long, and meets over Zoom, and says, "We're gonna talk about my sex life because my therapist told me to talk to you about my sex life, and I'm gonna just and I'm just gonna describe all the intimate things I did with my boyfriend, and before she already told him that she was tracking her ovulation cycles and using the fertility tracking method, which is a fancy way of saying she was using the pull-out method in Raw Dog and her boyfriend. Oh, and also here's all the different positions we did last week. Like she's using really pretty fancy wording and like professional fucking technicalities to make it seem like she's not sexually harassing this dude and putting herself out on display without doing it, when she is. She is in fact just like forcing this man to sit through her describing herself doing sexual acts and like how she treats her downstairs bits when that does not pertain to her care whatsoever. And because she's so delulu, he is likely stuck in a position where he has to be very careful in the words that he says. And he's probably not really saying much and staying relatively non-committal in hopes she'll just get on with it already. And she's interpreting that as he didn't say no, so that's a yes. Like she's a very good example of no is a yes. And again, a lack of a no is not a yes.
Psychiatrist would have stopped me and said, Kendra, let's talk about your meds. Let's talk about your care.
There it is.
At this point, my
He didn't
meds
say
were
no.
stable.
He didn't say no, guys.
And I
because
was
he
still
didn't say
seeing
no
him every month.
When I started talking about like
Yeah,
the things that I shut inside me, he didn't
was a
say
rough
no.
time.
He didn't tell me to stop.
And it
It's
was
his fault.
pretty much his Christmas morning.
It's not even a therapist, it's a psychiatrist. She's there for the
years
prescriptions
of
only.
grooming me to get me to talk about sexual things with him worked. And
What? Grooming? I forgot that came out of her mouth. So she did just like flat out accuse him of something. What? Grooming? Lady. 2 years. We're 2 years in at this point. That's the most insano style thing. So she wants to go back on ADHD meds, finds him on Google, starts seeing him over Zoom, goes on the ADHD meds, enters into a limerence state with him and gets obsessed with him. Everything that he does or does not say from that point out is just confirmation and validation to her that he is absolutely in love with her, and she starts ramping up the fucking harassment and ramping up the fucking harassment, telling him about her fucking ovulation cycles and how she fucking likes to raw dog. Then she starts talking about the shit she does with her boyfriend, and like, and her opinion the whole time is, well, he didn't say no. He didn't tell me to stop. What do you mean? It's giving, but guys, we texted after it was consensual. But like he didn't leave the Zoom call. She like didn't leave the physical space and like he hasn't complained about it. So like it's fine. Oh, fucking even worse. Isn't that sexual harassment? It is sexual harassment. In some states by some legal definitions and depending on the lawyer you have on your side, that could be described as sexual assault, given the nature of like the fact that he was basically stuck in a room with her. Like that is borderline by legal definition sexual assault. Has to be humiliation kick or something. I no again, all my money's on Limerence. Like it's funny because it makes me think of like Barbra Streisand in whatever fucking movie it was where she goes, "You don't love me, you love the idea of me." Because like she's not seeing this man for who he actually is. She's not seeing him as a person. She is seeing him as whatever the fuck she's created him to be over up here in Delulu land while this man's just doing his job in the real world.
And he got 30 minutes of nonstop content to use. Things. One, people are
Ugh.
asking me what my mental health
Colleen
diagnosis
Ballinger
is.
can fuck
I do
off.
not have BPD. I do
No,
not
you
have
don't.
psychosis.
We don't claim you.
I have ADHD, and I was experiencing extreme limerence with my psychiatrist. Limerence is a normal thing to happen to anyone
No, it's
who
not.
is experiencing hot and
No, 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 no. Limerence is not the result of the actions of another person. Limerence is the result of likely an attachment disorder, but something happening in your brain when you see somebody out of nowhere and you go, I'm gonna create a whole new life with this person based off their physical fucking appearance and nothing I know about them personally. And that entire world will come crashing down the second I know them as an actual person because it's based on a fucking lie. It's based on a fallacy. It's based on a fantasy you made up in your head just purely based on how somebody looks. Limerence is a completely normal thing to happen. No, no, it's not. I'm so very sorry to anybody who needs to hear this, but if you're experiencing limerence, okay, you need to go get some help. You need to speak to somebody that is not just your average everyday person. You need to go talk to a doctor. Something is going on that is making that like disassociation from reality happen within you, and it's not because of the person that your limerence is attached to. That's just the outlet. That's just the symptom. That's not the cause. And you really, for your own fucking sake, really do need to go get that figured out. Because it's not good. It's not a healthy coping mechanism. It's not something that's going to help your life. And it's not something that really needs to be endorsed as an okay way of being because it's fucking not. Why does she have a Giga Chad jaw? It's because she takes too much fucking stimulants. It's like I'm not in psychosis. You very likely could be in a fucking a stimulant induced psychosis. So when you take stimulants, your jaw clenches a lot and you chew and grind your teeth. So she's probably got Giga Chad jaw from all the fucking jaw clenching she fucking doing. Cause she abusing the stimulants.
from someone. And it happens more often in
Allegedly.
people with ADHD because we have dopamine dysregulation and rejection sensitive dysphoria. And guess what? My psychiatrist knew that.
It happens more often in people with ADHD because we're more likely to be given stimulants, and stimulant-based psychosis is actually a fucking thing and a real problem when people start abusing the fucking government meth. Like, at least when I inevitably get on the government meth, I know how to do drugs. If I want to abuse that shit, I'll do it properly. Not that I'm gonna want to. I want it to fucking get rid of my coffee addiction.
and used it to his advantage. 2, I accidentally said my psychiatrist's first name in one of my videos. If you clocked it, good for you. I do not owe him anonymity.
More
However,
focus on the
this is
DSLs with
not
Dr.
about
Horton.
doxing my psychiatrist. This is about me sharing my story so other people can view predatory behavior.
I forgot to mention, this woman is like 6'2". This is not a tiny, demure, little, non-threatening, like, scrap of a lady. This bitch be 6'2". And look how aggressive she is. I feel so bad for this doctor with this fucking 6'2" tree of a woman potentially getting this aggressive just over like words on a screen or somebody just going, honey, I don't think you're right in this case.
In people in power, okay? If anyone doxes my psychiatrist with his last name or city that he works in or clinic that he works in, your comment will be immediately deleted.
So
and
videos
are
where
this
the
is
smaller
about
her eyes get.
other victims,
Yeah, it's the
not
glasses
doxing
and probably the stimulants
if you
fucking
do
pinning
some
her eyes.
investigative work and you want to DM me about it, I'm open to that, okay? 3, I need to take a moment. Moment taken. It is so incredibly disturbing to me. The amount of people.
Did you take a moment? Because you're still yelling.
In my comments.
Predator protectors.
Victim blaming me, especially the mental health practitioners in my comments using therapy speak to say that this situation that I was in was my fault or that I was delusional. Check yourself. You're giving me more ammunition to share my story. Because it just goes.
She's so mad. She's so mad that a whole bunch of doctors came out of the fucking woodwork going, bro, you're not okay. I mean, no, you are not okay, dude. Something's going on. This is all in your fucking head. Like, no, honey, it's not your fault because you're not a victim of grooming, okay? You weren't groomed by your doctor. You saw a pretty face, you got fucking obsessed, you went into stimulant-based induced psychosis more than likely, and now you're fucking stuck in limerence over a fucking doctor. And somehow you turn that into a money-making venture by spreading this shit online, so now it's just a never-ending cycle. I was thinking the same thing, Mark. Oh my god, same brainwave.
Goes to show how
They
absolutely
do this
messed
every
up
year.
the mental health industry is and how protected people who do this kind of sick psychological manipulation are.
He didn't do anything to you.
Continue with my
this
story.
Poor man.
Welcome back to another installment of
Kendra's psychiatrist, wherever you are, we stand with you. You are a king.
You all did some nasty work last night, and I had to turn off comments. People started posting my psychiatrist's first and last name, his picture in the comments.
Patience of a saint, this man.
So, yeah. A few bad actors.
I almost want to go see him to get him to prescribe me my meds. Like, you seem like you got some, you've seen some shit. You can deal with some shit. Can you give me some drugs?
So at this point in the story, there are 2 main players. My psychiatrist.
That man didn't do nothing. Not only did that man didn't do nothing, that man didn't retaliate.
And my therapist.
She's gotten him doxxed at this point. She's like trying to paint him out to be a predator and a groomer and fucking that he did this on purpose and
hunky-dory and that I was just in love with my psychiatrist and it was totally normal.
Fucking
Little did I know he was manufacturing everything so I could fall in love with him.
No, he wasn't.
Because it was on him to set the professional boundary and not let attention build.
So it says attention as one word in there, but she in the captions on screen, but she means a tension, like a tension between them, not let attention, like not let her get attention. She's saying it was his job to not let a tension between them build. Apparently, be careful, Courtney. Apparently, he's a Casanova, right? Look, I don't want to go crazy. I just want to offer. No, I just want to see his face. Okay, I'm a little curious. I'm a teeny tiny bit curious as to what this dude looks like to like inspire this much crazy. But seriously, Kendra's ex-psychiatrist, like, oh, justice for you. You king among kings, man. He hasn't retaliated. He hasn't fucking, like, broken HIPAA and fucking got after her. It's when she goes deep. Really, Mark? Because I figured that would have been another one of more something a little more of like, tongue out, like a pro. I'll get clipped to no end. Oh God, it's so funny. She's so fucking crazy.
So days after my
It was his
psychiatrist's
fault. He shouldn't have let
Christmas
this
morning
happen.
appointment
I'm sorry,
from a few
victim blaming
videos back,
who?
where he got a crush confession from me,
You
and then
crazy bitch.
30 minutes of non-stop
If he's that
intimate
hot, he
content
gets crush
that he
confessions all
did
the
not send
time.
me. My boyfriend and I broke up days later. So then I started dating this other
No shit, because your boyfriend probably found out the kind of shit you were doing with your psychiatrist and was like, "Bro, are you fucking kidding me? You're just like spreading yourself out in front of your psychiatrist, verbal style." Uh, he must be hot if he's causing this much limerence, right? Like, there's a little bit of like curiosity now. It's like, what kind? I gotta see the man that inspired all this.
guy. And this other guy, this new guy, was a
To
therapist.
clean it out. I wonder why, because she had to
And I
make
was
it to
like,
her
oh,
next
great.
Zoom appointment.
Someone who will be able to emotionally meet my needs. Yeah, and I'm gonna date another therapist again. So this therapist and I, we went for coffee. It was nice. Our second date.
Okay, this is funny because she outs herself. She says then she dates a psychiatrist and she's never going to date psychiatrists again. 2 dates. I'm sorry. I don't know. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, Kendra, I don't know how many relationships you've been in, but you are not dating after 2 dates. You're not even seeing each other. You've just met. So you didn't date a therapist. You met a therapist. Anyway, continue.
Date was a hike, and on this hike,
I don't believe a
this
thing she says about this
therapist
either.
starts
Anyway,
telling me about how he has a crush on one of his clients.
I don't believe that.
And I
No, I
thought
didn't.
to myself, okay, this is strange, but go ahead. Like,
I'm dating you, or sorry, I'm meeting you to start potentially dating you. I'm taking you out on a date, so I'm going to tell you about someone I have a crush on. I think that she went on this date and told him about her crush on her psychiatrist.
we're on a date, dude. Why are you telling me about a crush on one of your clients? But go off, King. So then he was saying, yeah, she's so attractive, and I think she likes me too.
Like, this is how she wants, this is her inner monologue. This is how she wants her psychiatrist to think and feel about her. This is what, like, she's telling herself every time she sees him.
And her coworkers say, oh, so-and-so talks about you all the time. And I was like, okay, where does she work? And he said, well, I shouldn't tell you that because I really shouldn't be visiting her anyway. I was like, okay, no problem.
I think she's visited his work.
Then he continues and he said, yeah, she wears these red lacy panties and short skirts. And I know she wears them for me. And like alarm bells were going off in my head.
That just honestly makes me wonder, like, see, now she's going deep, Mark. That just honestly makes me wonder, was she wearing lacy panties and short skirts to these fucking Zoom meetings and, like, leaning the camera angle too far down or something? Like, was she, like, pulling her shirt down in the fucking camera in the Zoom meetings? Like, what is this woman doing? She's writing, okay, I forgot about this. There's a fucking cincher here. She's a fiction writer. Okay, well, is it fiction? She writes books. Anyway, she's writing a book throughout all of this. And I'm pretty sure she's just simply writing a fucking dirty lonely housewife novel that basically pertains to the situation she wishes she was in with her fucking psychiatrist, and like half trying to live out the fantasy and half trying to like flesh out scenes for her book at the same time every time she sees him. Oh, red crop top, no pants. Joe like Pooh Bear.
Mind you, I had no idea that my psychiatrist had similar feelings towards me at this point. But I just thought, wow, this man is borderline predatory. And he said, yeah, and, you know, she just is so attractive that I have to smash mermate before every session because I just have to get that energy out of me. And I was like, okay. And yeah, he just felt compelled to tell me, and I did not understand why. Now I do. So he told me about how he's a predator, right?
Right?
Another predator in the
Oh, I
mental
think I
health
fucked up my
industry.
mic. That's how
Shocker.
bad that got.
So then at my next appointment with my psychiatrist, keep in mind, it had been 6 weeks of nonstop fun for this man. He got to use my crush confession and 30 minutes of content. Oh, for whatever he wanted to.
That's how she sees herself. She sees I did break. Mark broke me. That is how she sees herself. She looks at herself in the mirror and fucking stop. No, God, Mark, you broke my brain again. I gotta hear her talking.
It had been 6 weeks
Fun.
of nonstop.
Nonstop fun. Okay, thank you. That was the line. That's how she sees herself. Is that like her sexually harassing and borderline sexually assaulting this man, her like bombarding him with all this shit and giving him literally like not much of an avenue to do much about it. She sees that as fun for him because it's fun for her. And because she lives in Delulu land, what's fun for her is fun for everybody. It's my job as mod now. I mean, it's the worst jobs to have.
Fun for this man. He got to use my
It
crush
was
confession
amazing.
and 30 minutes of content. Oh, for whatever he wanted to use it for, right? And if my psychiatrist
Best live stream chatter of all time.
it was being professional and acting professional, and
the bar is high.
Mark
Mark has put me there.
And he thought that he was so good at it.
Pick me up. I'm scared. This one is scaring me. Don't
Don't
worry. I've fought 6 foot men. I'll fight her.
And so
he's sipping your little tiny fucking ass cup, bitch.
When I broke up,
mine doubles as a weapon.
Guy, my psychiatrist, I had mentioned him, and I told him that this new guy and I went on a date. And we
busted on your head.
I literally had no idea at this point. I'll say it again. That my psychiatrist was predatory towards me. I almost said his first name again. I'm going to do my best to.
No, he wasn't.
So
you were predatory towards him.
I went to my psychiatrist and I told him this story about this man that I went on a date with, who's a
like
therapist.
that's the thing. She keeps telling on herself. She tells on herself literally and figuratively. She keeps throwing out the word predator. This man did not prey on her. This man was not predating on her fucking actions. This man was not a fucking predator. She, from the very moment she saw him and said, "I want that to be my doctor," was the fucking predator. Like everything that has happened in this fucking in these interactions has been predatory has been on her fucking shoulders. It is everything she has decided to do of her own volition and free will as a fully grown fucking woman.
And talking about his clients' panties.
I could die in like 5'5".
Doing all of these other extremely inappropriate things like visiting.
You're so short.
And this man, my psychiatrist,
this man
had seen a ghost and like he was gonna vomit.
Lady, you're taller than most men.
Himself on being an extremely professional and buttoned up person, but here I was.
Okay, he probably went silent in disgust because of the fact that he was listening to you tell a story about like someone who would essentially be a colleague of his, just openly admitting to predation. That would shock the shit out of just about anybody, even if they're desensitized to it, to just hear it fucking like that. And like, you know, a lot of doctors, you know, most people like aren't going to assume that somebody's lying about that. Most people aren't me. You know, he's gonna assume that this is true unless he fucking decides to like has something to tell him otherwise. Like, that would shock the shit out of anybody, honey. It's not because you're fucking calling him out on behaviors he's doing. It's because it's like fucking. I'm sorry. This is what now?
Holding a mirror to him with exactly what he was doing, but a bumbling idiot telling me like how he was doing it without the fancy degree.
No.
Without any of that. I look back on that now and it's just crazy. And so it just tainted all the fantasy material that I had given him the session before. Hi, I need to say something really important.
And she admits it. She admits it. I gave him fantasy material. I wasn't going to a fucking therapist. I wasn't engaging honestly with my therapy or my psychiatry or my medication. I was just giving fantasy material to a man I wanted to dick down. Or sorry, from a man I wanted to dick me down bad. It's just She's so desperate Zeus himself wouldn't fuck her. Even Zeus would be like, I ain't fucking that with your dick.
And that's that. It
That's
seems
the
as though
other thing too,
many
is
people view
desperation
what I'm
comes with a
going through
fucking
as a
reach.
crash out, what I'm
And people
doing
can sense
as a
that
mental
and
health
go,
spiral.
oh, you're trying
And
too
of course
hard.
it seems like
No.
that. I get it.
There's something
It's
wrong
an extremely
there.
dark thing to talk about. All of this that I went through.
It's not. You're just
And I am
crazy.
sharing my story.
It's so fucking normal. And you're looking at it when he's in love with me. Honey, he's just not that into you.
A story like this.
He is
But I
just
know
not
that
that
it
into
happens
you.
a lot because people are in my DMs telling me that the same thing that I went through, they went through too.
She might actually
I'm
be
now
in
in
like
TikTok
medication-induced psychosis though if she's
I got a
abusing
violation
stimulants, so
on the
like
video
it's
where I
technically
talk
not
about
all within her
really
control,
the
but it is still her
biggest
fault.
damning evidence against my psychiatrist. And
I think she slips into
so
religious
because of that, I
delusion
have
for a
to
little
be really
while too.
careful. So I'm
Oh
going to
yeah,
do
what
my
if her
very
ChatGPT
best
starts calling her
to
fucking
not
the
be
Oracle?
reactive and to share my story from a place of generosity. Because the people in my DMs telling me that they've
Generosity,
been through this too,
give me money.
it's keeping me going.
From a place of
It's not my
generosity,
mental health
give
spiral.
me things.
And I can understand that.
Bitch, just
for
say you
some
want money.
people
Just say give me
in
money.
the mental health
Like I do all the
space,
time.
because
Give
they
me
have
money.
been some of the loudest people to speak out against what I'm doing.
With the psychiatrist
It's
5'9",
hard
she
to
probably lose
grasp
interest.
that
Well, that's the thing.
someone could
She's never
have this
seen him in
level
person
of
at this point.
predation in such a high place of power.
There's been no predation. It's all been on your fucking plate. She's never seen him in person at this point. Now, he likely knows how tall she is because he has access to her medical information. And, you know, access to your medical information includes your height and your weight. So he knows this woman is like 6'2". And if you're at any sort of healthy weight range for 6'2", you're probably going to be around like fucking 180, 200 easily. Especially with women who've got more like fat reserves on their body. So like he knows how big this woman is. She has no idea really what he looks like other than what she sees in the Zoom call. She's completely made up everything outside of the space of his fucking screenshot.
So just in case my video doesn't
And she's wearing his glasses because she thinks that he's watching.
Was when
she's wearing those glasses as like a siren call to him.
I went to her with intimate details and she suggested I go to my psychiatrist with them. And
I don't believe that.
Felt so excited and nervous to share that with him because I had such a big crush on him at the time.
Or if that did happen, and she's probably rephrasing it, I more so believe that like I don't know, maybe the medication started changing her sex drive. Like she had a rise in her sex drive and she said it to her therapist, who then asked her if she talked about that with her psychiatrist on the off chance it's a result of the medications like affecting her sex drive in a specific way and whether or not she wants that to happen. And she took that and went, go talk about sex with my psychiatrist. Gotcha. Like, because I'm telling you, the way she talks about things, it just sounds like she's rephrasing everything that actually happened to fit the very specific narrative she wants to have of him being madly and desperately in love with her and wanting to dick her down so bad.
And I recorded all 33 minutes. So this is why, you know, if my psychiatrist
could be
wants
a beggar,
to come
you don't know if that's true.
And like,
that's true.
Sue me for defamation. I have a
stroke stripper,
33-minute recording of me admitting I have a crush on him. And
we
speaking
kink shame in this house though, so if you don't want it shamed, don't let it be known.
It was in that moment that he really, really should have transferred my care. But that moment changed everything for him too, because
you live in his head
really
and you absolutely know.
Getting deep between us.
And here it is again.
And this is where the story is gonna go.
He's not doing anything.
It's gonna be a good story.
Death by snooze
tell it all today. Just in case one of my videos does get banned so people can hear
Wonderful reference, DJ.
But just know, if you're concerned for my mental health, thank you.
I'm concerned for the safety of others around you.
Actually. And I am actually a coach.
I don't care.
For years. It says it in my bio. And I help people work through self-limiting beliefs. I help people work through
I don't think she'd understand what no means.
Cannabis. Because
the gayness.
These are the things that so many of us do to avoid our truths. And this is my truth and what I went through. So this is when the chemistry
This is
really
my truth.
started going off the charts
No,
with me and my
it's
psychiatrist.
your
And I held
delusion.
it alone for
It's
months.
what you
Like,
want to be
after that
true.
Christmas
You
morning
desperately
appointment
want
of his,
this
and
man to
then
dick you down.
after I innocently told him about my date with the therapist.
Innocently.
He really started letting me in more.
Nothing is her fault.
Showing more parts of himself.
Started letting me in more.
You know,
I
turning
called him on
up
his
the
shit, so
intimacy.
he warmed to me and turned
And
the intimacy up.
that was
Okay.
exciting to me, and it made
Okay,
me
no,
fall
he
for him
didn't.
more.
That's not how
And
humans
I
act.
noticed that he was working in an office.
The
and
script
I
would be
asked
scrapped
him,
for like
this
lack
was,
realism.
like, July.
Realism.
I asked him, I said, hey, are you working from home? Because I was under the assumption that he was only doing telehealth.
Because she's never seen him in person.
And he said, no, I come into the office. I was like, oh, why do you do that? If you see all of your patients telehealth. He's like, oh, I like it that way. And even though I could kind of tell he was lying, I just gaslit myself. I was like, okay, it's fine. And then I start emailing him my fun little emails, but he stops writing me back. He does not write back to my emails anymore.
My fun little emails, you guys. I'm still writing my fun little emails. So even in your own headspace, they're fun. So it's not to anything pertaining to your care. It's not pertaining to anything professional. It's not something he actually needs to pay attention to because they're your fun little emails because you want to keep playing the fantasy with your little object of limerence. And yeah, it's very likely that he turns around when they're in session and goes, listen, your fun little emails need to fucking stop. And she took that personally and went, oh, I should just tell him this in person then.
Because once again, he was really good at plausible deniability. But what he did do is he would take my emails and mention them in
Sweetheart, you attempt to be very good at plausible deniability. And in some ways you are. You slip up when you get angry. But you are very good at plausible deniability. You've been attempting to stay plausibly deniable this entire time.
Session. So he would still give me the attention that I was craving, but only under his structure, under his control, where there was no paper trail. And I loved that too.
You were recording
them,
though.
I would show up to these sessions with my notes app, and just throughout the month, as I was thinking about him, I'd write down things that I wanted to talk to him about, and I would just come and bring him lots of content. And
lots of content. That's how she views the whole thing as content. And remember, he's her psychiatrist. He is there for medication. She has a therapist that she sees regularly. And she's treating these appointments to talk about her medication as another therapy session with a man whose profession is not in giving therapy.
And then every week I would go to my therapist and tell her about how much I loved my psychiatrist. And she didn't help me at all. She just kind of like enjoyed hearing about it, honestly. So October 2024,
probably just sitting there like,
we're just vibing on Zoom.
I'm not qualified for this crazy.
I didn't have my next appointment with him, so I called his office staff. And I talked to the office manager, who was awesome. We really got along, we vibed. And the office manager asked me, do you see him, the psychiatrist, in person or on Zoom? And I felt so angry in that moment. I was like,
he got outed.
In person?
He got outed.
He has been for years. I was like, I want to see him in person. And I understand, like, some people may think that this is part of my crash out or part of me harassing him, which is what I've gotten.
Harassing him? Ooh, that one struck a nerve, didn't it, sweetheart?
Accusations of. But I just would like to remind everyone
you are harassing him.
That way.
You are borderline assaulting him in many
instances.
instances.
To a dynamic which my psychiatrist fostered.
No, we didn't.
There was chemistry between us because he allowed it.
No, we didn't.
And so then the next time I saw him in Zoom, I told him, I was like, hey, your office manager outed you and told me that you see people in person. Why didn't you tell me that when I asked? And he said, oh, I just didn't think you'd want to come in. And that was such a weak lie from him, from someone who is so scripted and controlled. He didn't even have a plausible thing to say.
No, I can't get my fucking I can't get copyright claimed for anything but baby no money.
So then, in my next therapy appointment, after finding out that he was lying to me about seeing people.
How far are we into this? Cause like, oh shit. Cause damn. Oh, we've been going like 31 straight minutes into that. Okay, let's take a fucking little break and put music on. Shit that I'm hoping won't get me copyright claimed. I don't play Baby No Money right now because that will get me claimed. And like, I want to save up. Oh, some of you weren't here for that when I said this. I'm gonna start saving up for a fucking tattoo. I want to get a big old chest piece, like a fucking deer skull with the antlers going across my collarbone and shoulders. It's gonna be fucking sick. I'm hoping to get it done within like the next year, like by this time next year, have it done. So I'm gonna start saving up for that. So I need to stop getting copyright claimed if I can avoid it. I love you, Baby No Money. I love it that you, and I love that now I can say he's claimed me twice. Um, it's like an hour and a half. It's becoming it becomes increasingly wild that she voluntarily puts all this information on the internet for everyone to see. Like all this time she doesn't realize the amount she's telling on herself. Well, that's the thing. I think she's so high off her own farts that like she doesn't care. Like I think that's part of the fucking design. Um, because she's an ADHD coach, and throughout her viral when she started going viral, she was really pumping out the sales of her fucking coaching sessions or whatever. So she made money off of it. That's for damn sure. Um, this sounds cool. Oh, thanks. It's gonna be like a deer skull, and then I'm gonna have like all kinds of ivy and like flowers and like live shit. I'm going kind of like for like almost Wendigo vibes in the skull, like really fucking like black and white gray shade horror, and then like the vines and the ivy be color if I can help it, like fucking death life amalgamation kind of thing. It's got to compete with like I gotta deal. I'm gonna have to deal with the fact that I have that tattooed on my chest. It's probably gonna get in the way, but I think I'm just gonna tell them to act like it's not there and just fucking go over it because I'm not a perfectionist and I don't care. But I've wanted this chest piece. God, I've wanted it since like I was 22. I wish I was tatted to fuck. I just don't have the money or the connections. Most people I know who are tatted to shit have connections, like they know people who do tattoos, and that's really the like way a lot of people do it. So I'll check it. Put that on after this. I got a playlist of like some lesser known shit because like one, it's promoting some lesser known shit. Two, I've been listening to it nonstop anyway. And three, I want my money. I've had a planned leg sleeve for fucking God. I've had some tattoos that have been planned out for decades. At this point now. I've got an entire leg sleeve that I want to get done of all the portraits of all the different Joker people who have played Joker in like live action adaptations of him, including Mark Hamill because he does like a lot of the voice acting for Joker and a lot of the animated stuff. I was gonna have Jared Leto on my leg too, but he's a goof. He's got fucking pedophile allegations against him, so I ain't getting his face tattooed on my fucking leg. I'm gonna have to look up the rest of them to make sure I'm not getting it like a different pedophile tattooed on my leg because I don't want to be doing that. And if that's the case, then I'll just go for all the different cartoon iterations. The initial plan was to get all the portraits on my leg and then fill in the empty space with the cartoon iterations because I fucking love Joker. I love him so much. The other leg is supposed to be a Disney sleeve, and then I was gonna do patchwork arm sleeves and my fucking chest piece. My favorite Silent Hill. I only really played like I don't even remember the last one I played. What's the Silent Hill where at the end of it you're stuck in the mirror or some shit? I think that's the last one I played. I don't know what my favorite one is. All I know is a Pyramid Head was like a very early awakening of me into the monster fucker community. So you never get a person tattooed on your body. Yeah, that's true. It's like never get a person's name tattooed on you either. I don't know if we are ready to listen to you, Velvet Desires. You are, like, just diabolical in your fucking lyrics. Nah, fuck it. Fuck it, we'll do it. So Tomorrow's a good one. Oh, no, I said I was gonna, hang on. I said I was gonna listen to Windy Bros song. If it doesn't fit the vibe, Windy, I'm turning it off. I don't think this is gonna fit the vibe. Yeah, that's not that it's a bad song, it's just not fitting my vibe. I got an attitude today, so. Dressed up as James Sutherland for Halloween. Nice. I didn't really dress up for Halloween. Wait, what? He was initially average looking? Who? Pyramid Head wasn't supposed to be hot. They fucked it up. Okay, see, here's the thing. Pyramid's not hot because of, like, the abs or the pecs or the arms that they gave him specifically. Pyramid Head was hot because, like, one, you can't see his face, and two, there's like an aura of authority that massive ass sword fucking carries. Okay, it's not so much what he looks like, it's the presence he commands. I like retro themes sometimes. Like there's a whole simp following for Koenig and Ghost from Call of Duty, which I'm being indoctrinated into. I'm not even gonna lie, it's why it keeps coming out of my mouth. Because both characters have their faces like completely covered. Ghost has the skull mask and Koenig has the sniper hood. You can only see his eyes. Both men are like well over 6 feet tall, like canonically and shit. And there's such a simp following because it's like the characters are hot as fuck, and it's because you can't see their face. And like the thing about tactical gear, and this applies to real life because it happens with SWAT cops all the fucking time. Like I almost died fucking falling for SWAT cops in Montreal. They were so hot. Um, it's the amount of gear that they have on. The few comfortable positions that they have of standing is just it just oozes with authority and power, and it's not even by like anything they're doing intentionally. Half the time it's because this shit's heavy and it's just they're trying to take weight off a specific part of their back, but it just looks so hot. And it's like the lack of face means like could look like anything. His face can't ruin the fucking thing because you can't see it. You can imagine whatever you want there. That's the beauty of the mystery. So there's a lot of different components that tie into it, and it's like a lot of that is the same for Pyramid Head. What do I think of the Bubblehead nurses? I think I always love when people cosplay as them. There's a following for Jason Voorhees. Again, it's the same thing, man. It's the lack of face. Although that blue jumpsuit don't do it for me. I think about getting the umbrella logo, but I don't want to do colored tattoos. I have color on one tattoo on my wrist, but first time I got that done, it healed like shit, and I had to get it redone, and the guy didn't try as hard when he did it, which I understand. He redid a $120 tattoo completely for free, so I didn't expect him to put as much work in as he did the first time. That was the very first tattoo I ever got. But yeah, like, that cost me $120 when I was, like, 16 years old, 17. No, I was 16. I guess I came dressed up as one of the nurses last year. Did you guys see, Heidi Klum's fucking Medusa? It was absolute insanity. Thank you, it's a dive horse. I got it because I was an absolute diehard simp for Adam Lambert, after he fucking showed up on American Idol. And I fell absolutely in love with that flamboyant gay man, and he got the exact same tattoo, and like me and fucking 1,000 other fucking simping fans went right out and got our own fucking Eye of Horus tattoo. Now, I legitimized it to myself with, it's kind of dual meaning, because yeah, I was getting it because I was a simp for Adam Lambert, but I also have been very big into like ancient Egypt fucking history and like the mythology and the polytheism behind it and shit for like a long time, since like long before I considered getting tattoos. So I pulled trigger and got it. I want to inevitably get an Eye of Ra, because that's the Eye of Horus. I want to get an Eye of Ra and put it on this arm. Heidi always looks amazing. Do black instead of red. It would ruin it because the red is iconic. Yeah, red doesn't really fucking... Guillermo del Toro understands the female gaze. The new Frankenstein was amazing. Having both male leads be I Can't Do was wonderful. I haven't seen the new Frankenstein. I saw the new Dracula though, and like, oh my god, the man who plays Dracula. Where did they find him? Do black instead of red. Yeah, but like he's saying the red is iconic. The red changing it to black would change the whole thing. I get that, but red's not a very like permanent fucking ink. But I mean, at the same time, you can always just get it touched up as it fades, to be honest. As long as, like, your first fucking couple of tattoo artists don't turn your arm into hamburger meat, you should be able to get it touched up a few times if need be. But, like, Kendra is absolutely psychotic, and I love it so much. It makes me lol. I want to get my chest tattooed so fucking badly. Like, all the way fucking down capped over my shoulders, fucking right down. I did want at some point to tattoo some violets on me as like an homage to the queer women in my life. That's cute. I have to get a sunflower at some point for my surrogate mother. But I'm probably gonna get my little sister to draw my chest tattoo that I want to get if I can. I'm probably gonna have to commission her because the lady doesn't work for free. There's always time. Well, there isn't a reason, but it's all, in all honesty, it's better to regret not getting the tattoo than it is to get bad ink, to be quite honest. And I say that because I have bad ink on me. And at the time, it was like, I don't care. And like, I still really objectively don't care. It's on my fucking ankle. Nobody ever sees it. Nobody ever pays attention to it until I point it out. And then they're like, oh, what the hell is that? But don't rush into it just to do it and then end up with bad ink, because that's really not worth it. The regret is easier to deal with than bad ink. And don't get your fucking face tattooed. Nobody. Don't get your fucking face tattooed. I don't care who you are. It gives character, honestly. I'm big on fucking knee-high socks, so nobody ever sees the damn thing. I got a fucking shitty little stitch on my foot close to my knee that I did myself. It looks like crap, but I don't care. I got another one on my thigh that like didn't really age well because it was done with like fucking India ink and a tattoo artist who was doing it for free and didn't really want to at that point, so she's kind of fucked me over. That's why you don't rush it and get bad ink. The message said twice. I thought you said it twice. Well, damn, I really want a tattooed dumb bitch on my forehead. Just get one of those Sharpie tattoo markers and draw a dumb bitch on your forehead. That way you can wipe it off for job interviews. I want to get my hands tattooed too, really badly. Which is stupid, because, like, they don't hand tattoos don't last on majority of people. They do on some people. There's exceptions to every rule. But for the most part, they don't last, and it's, like, kind of a waste of money. But I still want them. I've seen a lot of people get their face tattooed, and it's just don't. Just fucking don't. And to be honest, most tattoo artists worth their salt will not tattoo somebody's face. Unless you already have a face tattoo, they won't tattoo your face. I got fingers, it's worse. Really? Because fingers fade faster. My ex also had his knuckles tattooed, so... Because I want, like, literally, like, down my whole finger tattooed. Like, I want something here, and then I want something here on, like, all my fingers. Yeah, and get your head tattooed. Fucking, my ex-husband has, like, shit, the whole side of his head tattooed, and it's mostly covered by his hair. I've got the one on my wrist, the one on my chest, and then I've got 3 on the one leg that I was talking about earlier. I want so much more. God, I want to be covered in tattoos so badly. But they're not cheap. And they're a luxury, and nobody needs a tattoo. So it's like, I've just never been really in a place where I can drop like $400 or $500 fucking dollars on a tattoo. Does he have dumb whore? No, but he did have a dumb whore tattooed on his leg twice. Her portrait. He had a dumb whore's name tattooed on her. No, that man's tattoos were all he was covered, but he's all patchwork, because, like, most of his tattoos came from, people he knew who were up-and-coming tattoo apprentices, and they did practice work on him, basically. No, his baby mama, tattoos, and she tattooed her own face on him twice, and her name. Fucking at like 6 or 7 years into our relationship, into our marriage, we got a tattoo gun, and he asked me to like scribble out the I heart her name that was on his wrist in black ink. I got to scribble it out with ink, so I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Can I fucking do her face next? Which was really funny when I met him, and I was like, oh, well, what does your baby mama look like? And he just, like, lifts up his pant leg and shows me. I'm like, oh. Fuck. No, they're both on one leg. He's got her lip prints tattooed on his ass cheek, actually, now that you mention it. So many red flags that I ignored when I was 18. Yeah, but yeah, no, he did have the lip print on his ass cheeks. That son of a bitch tried to add me on Facebook a little while ago. Oh, I've seen people who've been covered way too much. For far too many tattoos. Fucking yeah, he tried to add me on Facebook a little while ago, and it's like, cause I don't want to describe it. It was like amicable, I guess. Just like the split was not amicable, but at the time, by the time I moved down here, like, I don't know, I bothered to tell him that I was taking the cat to Nova Scotia, because we had the cat together initially and shit. And like, I don't know, every once in a while he'd pop into my fucking inbox and like, fucking... Oh, yeah. So I got really distracted by the fucking comment there. I've also seen over the nip. I was like, wait, what? So he'd pop into my inbox every once in a while, like, fucking, oh, I hope you're doing okay, kind of fucking shit. And, like, my responses were back and forth between, like, somewhat amicable and just like, get the fuck off. Fuck you. And he adds me on Facebook a fucking couple of months ago. I'm like, why are you adding me on fucking Facebook? You got no fucking reason to be adding me on Facebook. Like, it adds me on Facebook, and I find out that, fucking dumbass almost died. He almost died back in September. I think. No, August. I don't remember. I didn't keep track of the dates. I was just fucking skimming, because I went through his fucking Facebook being like, what the fuck is going on? Why did you add me? What happened? Turns out he almost fucking died. And I was like, oh, did you have a little epiphany in your near-death experience and thought you wanted me back? No. I don't buy my shit back from a garage sale things. In terms of pain scale, tattoos, like, the joints are kind of the most painful spot to get a tattoo. Anywhere where the skin is, like, relatively thin, so that means, like, your neck and your throat, like, your wrists, your ankles, your knees, again, mostly where the joints are. The tops of your shoulders, collarbone, spots of your face, because if the skin's really thin, or if there's, like, it's close, like, there's the bones really close to the surface. Those tend to be the most painful spots to get tattooed. The head is different for a lot of people. For some people, it hurts a lot. For other people's, it's just really loud because, like, the tattooing machines make a lot of noise, and it's right against your skull, right? So it sounds inside your head. It's not like you can move your ear away from it. So that gets a lot of people. The ribs tend to be excruciating for a lot of people. What else? I've been in and around a lot of tattoo artists and shit in my life. I've watched a lot of people get tattooed as well. I fucking... Over 60 moles on me. No way I'm getting anything on my neck. Dude, get someone to tattoo and fucking connect the dots on them. Are you kidding me? Have them bitches numbered. You can invite girls over, give them a fucking dry erase marker and be like, connect the dots, baby. Have it spell out blow me, you know, it's great. It's gonna be extra painful on the nip. I can't say much about that because I used to be in a sideshow which involved mousetraps and people's nipples. My pain scale's a little skewed. That's about all I'm gonna say on that. Some genital tattoos had to be up there. I met a guy who had his dick tattooed, and I only know this because I had heard stories of the tattoo, and then once I met the guy, I was like, okay, whip it out, I gotta fucking see it. He had his dick tattooed, and he was uncircumcised, so not only did he have his dick tattooed, but he had the head of his dick underneath this fucking foreskin tattooed. And he had the alien from Alien tattooed around, like, his dick was the alien. And behind the foreskin was the little alien. It was iconic. And apparently he had to, like, pump Viagra to fucking get that done because it hurt so much and you have to be hard. And it is the only time that I have never actually, the first thing I ever said to a man was, well, whip it out, I gotta see it. And, like, he got the tattoo for that fucking reason, among other things. It doesn't matter. But that was a large portion of the reason he got the tattoo. So, like, this man met a lot of people, and they were just like, well, whip it out, I gotta see it. And it's funny, too, because he wasn't, like, conventionally attractive. By my most people's standards, he was a short, ugly dude. And normally I would not have asked to see his junk. But I had heard the story from enough different people that I was like, alright, fuck it, whip it out, I gotta see it, man. I gotta see the legend. How? A lot of Viagra, and apparently a pencil, and pulling it taut. I got to talk to both him and the guy who did the tattoo about it, so apparently it was quite the experience, and neither one of them ever want to go through it ever again. Stream's been alright. No trolls to dance for me. I'm not surprised that it's Insane Natalie with a fucking grocery store right before Thanksgiving. Everyone leaves it to last second. Fucking... I don't bother with holidays, to be honest, so I don't worry about holiday food shopping. I wait until after the holidays when it's all on sale. I've met some interesting fucking people, Hailstorm. I've lived a very interesting life. And if he gets a girl pregnant, he'll come out the wrong end. uh, Mom's already decorated the house for Christmas. Dude, it's not even December. My birthday was just yesterday. Jesus. You guys should give me money for my birthday. No. No crazies when I might shop liver. Oh no, no, DJ, you missed it. You missed it the last stream. There was a lot. There was fucking I was talking shit about Beckett and from Cope and Seethe and a bunch of his sycophants, and then I think some of Cyanance Psychos came into the chat and started going off. Plus this one other person who I think I picked up that particular rash when I was hanging around Lio's crowd. Cause there's this like that DJ or Bastard of the South or whoever the fuck it was. Sorry, not you, DJ. I gave you money, fam. Get yourself a tattoo. Mark, the tattoo's gonna be like $500 probably. It's gonna cost a lot, and I got bills before that, so it's gonna take me some time. But it is much appreciated. It'll all go towards it. Oh, thank you, DJ. So yeah, so I was talking mad shit about Beckett from Cope and Seethe because he's been fucking he's been like, how do I describe it? He's been making like live streams and videos about me for fucking god, a couple months, for a long fucking time, and it's borderline obsessive. Like it's like the dude had one of my tweets as like a screenshot of my tweet as his fucking banner on like Twitter or YouTube or something for a while. Like that's how weird the obsession got. And so I was talking mad shit because he's a little fucking bitch weasel who by all accounts of his own public fucking interactions, opinions, and statements towards people and their own fucking experiences, in my opinion, is a fucking predatory, disgusting individual who really needs to be slapped sideways upside the head with a fucking cinder block. And the fuck you mean weed? And some of them came, like, well, a couple of them came in and they were all pissed off about that. And I was talking about Bastard of the South, who had, like, picked that particular rash up somewhere around when I was talking to Lio. Because he's also pissed off about Lio and a few other people for some reason. He's made, like, 2 or 3 posts on his little fucking YouTube channel about me, which is just absolutely precious, because... But, yeah, it was really funny. Who else showed up? I can't even remember the names now. There's a couple of other people who showed up. Some, was this other streamer who was, asking me questions and shit about the, was it the Fennec doc that's now officially a year old, and, there's some tangential shit about, like, the Saber Spark and Gabriel Brown stuff and KP in there. And I wasn't it, because they're all streaming, like, making content about it, right? Because apparently my opinion on the matter is just so fucking detrimental. Like, everybody needs to be up to date on my opinion and dissect it to no end, because I'm just, like, the biggest factor in all of this, right? I'm just the most important person to pay attention to, and they just make it seem how unimportant I am with how much attention they continue to fucking pour into monitoring my streams and my opinions. And they didn't like that. So they got angry. And then they were asking more questions. And I was telling them $50. $50 fucking dollars. I'm not answering your questions. Not to mention, I went over something I've gone over a dozen times before just to have these fucking idiots come in and be like, we're gonna ask you all the same questions. Go back in the fucking stream. I already answered it. I'm not doing it again. It's on video, bitches. I gotta end the stream soon, though, because I do have shit to do tonight. I gotta go walk a dog. Walk a doggo. That's my weekly workout. Just doing the math the other day, and fucking realized that dog has anywhere, like, depending on how much effort she wants to put into it, she has anywhere between a 75 to a 225 pound pull strength. Huge. And I have to hold that thing back. No. Yeah, I like this one. Okay. So yeah, I'll probably end the stream soonish. It's alright. Fucking gotta get out of this house soon, which is kinda shitty. I had fucking messages tonight. I did. Double checking some things, sorry. Raise a problem, not a fool. My mama didn't raise nothing. I raised myself and I raised a problem, not a fool. Moving? Yeah, we've been trying to get rid of the house for a while now, and I particularly need to get my ass out of it. But I'm upstairs now when I'm streaming, so he doesn't have to get bothered by my streams. So yeah, why you guys don't hear him in the background too. This was his mother's house, and the reason why she bought it's basically gone, so there's no point staying in it. Especially not after what happened. You've just been stuck. But goddamn, rent is so fucking expensive out here. It's funny in the background, though. That's what KP used to fucking say every time we used to be on Discord calls too, and we were still friends. I used to joke fucking when we were friends that like, girl, you only talk to me at this point to hear my boyfriend in the background. And oh, this is the neighbors. Sorry, I got distracted. Cause yeah, he is funny in the background. Fucking playing. He's playing his art game last night, and he's sitting there just like sitting on one of his big dinosaurs, just like chamming and munching on the fucking wild dinos that are coming up. And the dinosaurs don't have to be in front of you. Like, they can come up behind you and, like, get into the, basically enter you in your fucking hitbox. And if you attack, you'll still hit them. So they could, like, the dinos will basically, like, clip into each other's asses. So, like, a Bronto will come run up his Gigasaur's ass. And if he, you know, hits the attack button, it still hits the Giga. So he was fucking muttering mostly to himself. And he's just, like, just going off, fucking clicking the button like mad. And he goes, fuck yeah, my salad tossed into that guy. Because the dino that brought up his fucking dinosaur's ass got, like, hit with knockbacks, so he flew backwards as he died. I was just like, did you actually just fucking say that? My salad tossed that guy. Bruh. I almost peed myself. It was fucking hilarious. I had to lock him behind a paywall. He was funny. No. Honestly, I swear, like, I only realized it when I started streaming again that my hair perfectly matches, or the bangs perfectly match my fucking avatars, and that was completely by accident. Also, you know, Pete the Dreads. I fucking love these bitches. So I'm probably gonna take off shortly. Not like right this minute, but I'm running out of things to talk about. I'm gonna have to go find something to get myself pissed off about and pop off on stream again. I guess I should probably explain that. So I said, like, the first stream that I had back, I think it was the Miss Me stream, where I got on, and then, like, about 15 minutes into the stream, I said, I'm gonna pop off here in a few minutes, and somebody apparently mistook that to mean I was going to, like, pop off the stream and pop off the computer. No. I'm a pop off here for a minute means, I'm I'm about to run my mouth. I'm about to like pop off of my opinion. I'm about to start spouting some shit. So buckle up. That's what that means. It doesn't mean I'm popping off of the computer. It means my mouth be popping in a second. I paid for boyfriend content last. What if you okay? But like, what if there comes a time where I don't have a boyfriend anymore? What then? What if he's been fake this whole time? No, I'm joking. You guys have seen him. I still love that I had someone try and tell me that he's on Kiwi Farms. Man doesn't even know what Kiwi Farms is. Like, I'm sorry, there ain't no, like, almost 50-year-old man with a career and a life who's on Kiwi Farms. Then you'll have to try and be funny. But that's what I got you here for, Mark. That's why you're my favorite. Please, I built this following before him. I didn't build this following off of shit. It was gift wrapped to me. I'm not that delusional. I didn't build nothing. I opened my mouth and people went, I like your mouth words. The man plays video games, don't bother. That's what Kiwi Farms. Like, anytime I bring up Kiwi Farms, if like I'm explaining something because he's asked, I have to go into a depth explanation of what Kiwi Farms is. Because he was already out of the age range that Kiwi Farms would have been a fucking known thing before Kiwi Farms was even a thing. I'm Courtney's stand-up comic now. It's what she pays me for. I pay you? That's what you pay me for. Oh no, I snorted. But yeah, I'm gonna have to be moving soon, to be quite honest. So that's gonna be fucking expensive. And then I gotta change a bunch of shit. Because the only reason I haven't been working a 9 to 5 is because of shit to do with this house. So, once I'm out of it, I can go back to a 9 to 5. And then I'm gonna get tatted to fuck. And it's gonna be great. And laughs, Courtney, and laughs. Yeah, laughs, silent screams of just breaking my mic. Pay me in laughs. I pay you in an audience. People listen to you. They read your words and laugh. Oh man, that's just how I spend my free time. Just fucking peacefully hanging out with you guys is fun. Plus, you know, I can just run my mouth like I typically fucking do, and sometimes I get paid for it. And then other times people get pissed off and I get paid in entertainment. My favorite's when people go, you just want attention. Everybody wants attention. That is like an objectively true fact of humans in general. That's not the insult you think it is. You're putting this comment out because you just want attention. Like, we can go back and forth doing this all day. Always go Cucho like Pooh Bear. That's what I learned today. No! No! No. Never go Cucho like Pooh Bear. I keep my fucking camera above the waist. Y'all don't need to fucking worry about shit. That's not true, Courtney. You've been like cross-legged in multiple streams. Started my streams out wearing fucking onesies and shit. You guys used to get a kick out of the different onesies. I had to downsize though, because again, I'm gonna have to move soon. Merry Christmas to me. Find a new place to live, because life. House sellings. Don't get old, guys. It sucks. I don't know, I'm running out of things to talk about at this point. I gotta go back into the engagement loop and get some more content for myself. It's the EM, not gonna lie. The what? Oh, the onesies? I still have, oh no, how many did I keep? I think I kept 4 or 5 of them. I had like 20. I gotta donate the rest of them, to be quite honest. I have too much. I can't move with that much clothes. Because, like, regardless of where I'm going, I'm still downsizing from, like, a fucking 4-bedroom house. I'm gonna wait till I turn 25 and stop there, right? I'm good stopping here, to be quite honest. I'm cool with 32. 32's fine. I'm alright with that. At the same time, do I, though? Yeah. Yeah, I can stop at 32. That'd be alright. Peak age, in my opinion. 30s are your peak. It's also when everything starts changing, but at the same time, enough changes that you're just like, oh yeah, no, fuck this. Cool. Fuck this, but also cool. Cool. I'm gonna glow up in my 30s. Oh, joking. I glowed. My glow up was like 18-ish. 17, 18, once I got out of high school. And then I got hot. Just hanging out with a friend the other day that I haven't seen in like 13 years and shit. We went to school together and everything. And, like, I was a chunky kid in school, but I also had friends who were, like, fat kids, so comparatively, I wasn't as big, so nobody ever remembers me being as big as, like, the chunky kid. But, yeah, we're fucking hanging out at Tim Hortons, and, I was wearing a crop top, and I had my jacket on, and he's just like, yeah, you look the same as you did in high school, and whatever. And then we get to his place, and the jacket comes off, we go to fucking smoke bongs, and he's like, holy shit, you are skinny. Wait, do you have fucking abs? It's like, yo, buddy. I'll go, because I'll listen to Gold until I fall asleep. Alright, good night, Mark. Have a good one. I'm tapping out here in a few minutes. Probably after this bong anyway, so. It was fun having you. Thanks for being the quote-unquote moderator. There goes my favorite, everybody. You got big shoes to fill. That guy's funny. Fuck it. May as well just end the stream here. Cause, yeah, I'm just fucking out of shit to talk about. I'm just gonna smoke and then go eat something and then go walk a dog. Go work out. Cause everybody tells me to go touch grass. I go play soccer with a dog 3 times a week. In grass. So, I'm gonna go do that. I always have fun hanging out with you guys. I'll try and stream again soon, maybe tomorrow, but it might be Friday. I'm not sure yet. But it's always fun hanging out with you guys. Have a good day, good night, good evening, wherever you are. Have a good sleep, Mark.